Good evening and welcome to RC Audio Sports 2 on YouTube. We are at the SAISD Sports Complex for game number 18. Game number 18 that we have streamed this year. It's game number 10 for the YMLA Lions and the Natalia Mustangs. It is the final week of regular season play for UIL high schools in the state of Texas, and we are happy to bring you this game from the SAISD Sports Complex. It's Robert Villafranca. I'll bring you a color. We welcome Brian Janselson back to the booth. He will bring us play-by-play. Cesar Mendez at the tech table. Isaiah Castro and Sam Castro will be manning the cameras this evening. We thank you for joining us here on RC Audio Sports 2. You found us while you're here. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a live stream. Hit that little bell icon. You'll be notified every time we go live. We thank you for joining us here tonight. If you are a subscriber, you can chat with us and let us know where you are watching the game from. The YMLA Lions are on the sideline. They're waiting for their Natalia Mustang counterparts. And for the pregame coin toss, while they do that, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to share the visits that we had with Coach Jason Reynolds of Natalia and Coach Andrew Campos of YMLA. You're watching high school football on RC Audio Sports 2.
When you're hit by a motor vehicle, there's nobody that tells you that there's most likely going to be $1 billion insurance company protecting the driver that just hit you. It's a mistake to play in traffic, just like it's a mistake to go against an auto insurance company all alone. When you get into a car crash, don't fight the $1 billion auto insurance companies alone. If you've been injured in a car crash, call Martinez & Associates today at 210-337-1111.
Good evening, Robert Villafranca here at the SAISD Sports Complex. This is the Martinez & Associates pregame show. Again, at the SAISD Sports Complex, the last game of the regular season. We're going to stream the Natalia Mustangs here to visit the YMLA Lions. We're visiting with the head coach, Coach Jason Reynolds of Natalia. Coach, just a hop, skip, and a jump away, Natalia is, but we don't get an opportunity to see you guys much. As a matter of fact, first time we get to stream you. Let our viewers know what they can expect to see from a Natalia football team.
Yeah, we have a great group of kids down here in Natalia. Hardworking, blue collar kind of kids. They pretty much do whatever you ask them to do. They're a great group. We have a high tempo offense, and so you should see us going tempo a lot on offense. Our defense is the swarm the football. They do a really good job, and so again, we just have a good group of kids and a great community, a lot of good support. So they're excited to be around.
All right, well, very good, Coach. The second year at the helm for Coach Reynolds at Natalia. Last year, a 1-9 season to start off, but this year you're playing tonight really for a tie for fourth place and a 500 season. So the program's on an uptick. Tell us about the progress that has been made and what you expect to see in the future.
Yes, sir. Our kids did a really good job over the offseason buying into our philosophies and our program. And we had 6 new football coaches last year, as well as 10 or 11 sophomores playing. And so just naturally, just through the maturation process, our kids have done a really good job. And then I feel like our coaching staff has done a really good job as well as getting our kids ready for the season. And so to be able to end the season, potentially 5-5 and kind of working our way up, really excited about that and kind of seeing what this senior class leaves as far as the legacy, because we talk a lot about legacy and the things that you leave behind, and so they've definitely left this place better than what they found it a year ago. So really proud of those kids.
Well, congratulations on your leadership, Coach, and I'm sure that you'd agree with me that these things don't happen without leadership and shoulder pads and helmets as well. Tell me about some of the kids that you're counting on to lead this group forward.
Yeah, just a couple of kids I like to highlight. Zach Peralta, number 10. He's kind of a do-it-all guy. He's stepped in at quarterback. He's a great wide receiver, running back. He's kind of our vocal leader on defense as well and leads our defense. Mason Guerra stepped in at quarterback when Leo got hurt, game 3 of the season. And so he's done a really good job at quarterback this season. I got a couple of other guys. Joseph Giannis, number 22, plays corner. He's a senior, another leader that we have. And so, those guys have done a really good job of making sure that our guys are ready every day. And so, it's nice whenever we can be a player-led program, and I think we're working our way to that.
Very good, Coach. I had an old coach tell me once that the last game of the season, that a season is like a bag of peanuts, and the last game is like the last peanut. You just want it to be a good peanut.
Yes, sir.
So this is the last peanut in the bag for 2025. What's it going to take for it to be a good peanut?
Well, I just told the guys, man, just go out and have fun tonight. No matter what, they know it's going to be their last of a lot of things tonight. And so just leave it out on the field, do whatever you can to represent the name across the chest the right way, do what you've been coached to do, and everything else should take care of itself. Again, YMLA is, they might be 0-9 right now, but they're still a good ball club over there. They got some great kids. You can watch them on film, and they're very athletic. And so I know we'll have to play our best if we want to win this one. So just excited to see our guys play one more time.
Well, very good. Coach Reynolds, a pleasure meeting you. Thank you for your time. Can we get a Go Mustangs?
Yeah, let's go Mustangs.
Go Mustangs and go RC Audio Sports. Coach Reynolds, Robert Villafranca, Martinez and Associates at Pregame Show here at the SAISD Sports Complex. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
Been in a crash? It's illegal for lawyers to contact you first. If yours did, it could ruin your case. Don't trust law firms that break the law. Choose Martinez and Associates, voted San Antonio's best law firm 3 years in a row. After you've been in a crash, go with the law firm you can trust. Call Martinez and Associates. With us, it's personal.
Call 210-337-1111. That's 210-337-1111.
And we are back on the field here at SAISD Sports Complex. It is the Natalia Mustangs that have taken the short trip. The YMLA Lions will be playing here and hosting the Natalia Mustangs tonight in Game 10 of their season. We're visiting with the head coach, Andrew Campos, the head coach of the YMLA Lions. Coach, before we get going, I just have to say thank you so much for your generosity of time and your integrity with our visits. I always feel like I always feel like they come from the heart, and I appreciate that so much.
I appreciate it. We're back again, I guess. Huh?
Yeah, we're back. We're back. Coach, the first year at the helm, but you've been a defensive coordinator in this program for some years now, and just a short time ago, some very successful years, just a short time ago. But my point, I guess, is that first year head coach, but you've developed a relationship with these kids over their 4 years here, and tonight will be the last time that they'll be wearing the purple Lions football uniform. I'm sure they'll be playing other sports.
Yeah.
But what do you hope that these kids take from Coach Andrew Campos with them after this game tonight?
I tell the seniors, right, especially like the seniors like Ivan Reyna and Rocket King. Those are the gentlemen that kind of sparked my career defensively. You know what I mean? And so the transition, of course, from being a coordinator to head coach, it's never going to be easy, right? But what I tell the guys is, I think the most valuable thing that you have and that you can use is your time. And you don't want to waste it, right? And so what I tell them, I said, every opportunity that you got, whether it's good or bad, it's an opportunity to learn, it's an opportunity for experience. And I think if there's one thing that they hopefully take from that, is that everything that you have, that the most valuable to you is your time. And so that's what I preach to them too, man. Everything that you can use for experience is the best thing.
Well, for what it's worth, Coach, the wins have been hard to come by, but it's been a pleasure. I'm telling you, from the press box, watching these kids compete to the final tick, it has really been a pleasure watching these Lions.
I appreciate that.
Coach, we've got a scoreboard behind us, and it's got a guest side, it's got a home side.
Right.
I'm going to ask you, what's it going to take for the home side to have a few more points than the guest side tonight?
Well, I tell you what, Natalia does a very good job defensively of forcing the run back inside of the heart of the defense. And so, if we can find some way to get our quarterback some time and get our receivers open, we're going to try to throw the ball around a little bit, but we're going to also just stick to what we've been doing for the most part all season. You know what I mean? It's a learning curve, for our offensive coordinator, and as far as the guys learning new offense, but we're going to do our best, and that's all I can ask for.
We feel like we've always seen the Lions best, Coach. Can we get a Go Lions here?
Hey, go Lions. Go Lions. We're going to get it. We're going to get it.
Go Lions indeed, and go RC Audio Sports. Coach Campos, I can't tell you, what a pleasure.
I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Robert Villafranca here on the field of SAISD Sports Complex. It's the Lions hosting the Mustangs.
Go Lions.
Don't go away.
You're gonna see me shine, 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 shine. Walking on beams of light, 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 light. Oh, 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 oh.
¿Has estado en un choque? Es ilegal que un abogado se ponga en contacto contigo primero. Si el tubo lo hiciera, podría arruinar su caso. No confíes en abogados que rompen la ley. Martínez y Asociados, elegido como el mejor bufete de abogados de San Antonio durante 3 años, después de haber estado en un choque. Ve con alguien en quien puedas confiar. Llama a Martínez y Asociados. Con nosotros es personal.
Llame al 210-337-1111.
And we bring you back to the SAISD Sports Complex. You're watching this game on RC Audio Sports 2 on YouTube. The teams have come through their run-throughs. We're getting ready to honor our flag and nation here at the SAISD Sports Complex. It's Mr. Rodney Seal, a math teacher at YMLA, who will trumpet the national anthem. A beautiful rendition. We've heard this one before. You won't want to miss this. Mr. Rodney Seal, math teacher at Young Men's Leadership Academy, and boy, he can trumpet a mean national anthem as well. Robert Villafranca here alongside Brian Yanselson. We welcome Brian Yanselson back to the booth. He's been kind of busy. We're going to talk about the things that he's been busy with later on through the stream. But man, what a treat it is to have Brian back in the booth. He will handle play-by-play. Welcome back, Brian. Welcome back.
Thank you, Coach. It's such a pleasure to be back. It's a beautiful Friday. I mean, that's got me fired up right there. The national anthem, a trumpet by a math teacher. What can he do? That's incredible.
Left brain, right brain has got them all going there. And yeah, just boy, when I learned that he was going to trumpet the national anthem, thumbs up, man. That's good. In the pregame coin toss, the Natalia Mustangs won the coin flip, but they deferred the option. The YMLA Lions, given the option, have elected to receive, and the Mustangs will kick off and defend the south goal. Brian, just a quick glimpse. Brian is the manager of public relations and broadcasting for the San Antonio Missions here. Just got that position this year. Is that correct? And is that right, Brian?
Yes, sir. So been with the Missions a couple years, but first time doing this full time.
So this is his third season, his third year here with collaborating with RC Audio Sports, and we love to have him in the booth every opportunity that we can. But hey, maybe an autograph before you leave.
Oh,
Brian, okay?
come on. No, that's too.
You're doing great
kind.
work. You're doing great work. The San Antonio Missions, just a big part of San Antonio, and you're just doing some great work. But hey, we've got a high school game to stream here tonight, and go ahead, Brian. It's all yours.
We are off. Perfect timing. The kickoff towards YMLA. A little bit of a struggle receiving it, and the Mustangs of Natalia think they've got it. It was a little pooch kick. What a way to start the game. The white jerseys all over it. And after this scrum is settled, we'll see who officially has it. No point yet from the official. Both teams say they got it, of course. and the officials are going to have a discussion.
They're going to confer on this as well, for sure, Brian. But I was trying to read body language as they came out of the pile, and it is
Natalia football.
Natalia celebrating. So I have still yet to see the official point. There he goes. We will, the Natalia Mustangs kick off, but they will have offense on the field to begin with. And instead of defending the south goal, they're going to be attacking the north goal. If I can quickly get the Natalia offensive starters at center, Aiden Areola, Josh Garcia, and Pilar Valadez are the guards. Ethan Rodriguez and Matthew Aguirre are the tackles, and I'll give you the rest after this play.
Mason Gira back at quarterback at the 41-yard line, already in opponent territory. He'll take the first play from scrimmage, and he's going to be wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. Impressive job by the Lions defense getting there, wrapping him up for a loss.
Anthony Myers on the tackle. We're going to call his name a bunch here tonight, I promise you. Wide receivers for the Mustangs, Maddox Corker, Zach Peralta, Damian Aguinaga, and Juan Gonzalez. They're up tempo. It's going to take me 3 plays.
Quarterback with a stack set on the right side. Look at the Lions defense all over it right now. Dazzle Moore, that's an appropriate name right there. Little razzle dazzle with the tackle.
Dazzle Moore, you know, you don't want to dazzle less ever. You want to dazzle more. A perfect name there. Dazzle Cashin is the running back for the Mustangs, and the quarterback is number 9, Mason Guerra.
Tough spot here for the Natalia Mustangs. After receiving the onside kick, they've got 3rd and very long. Still in opponent territory. Guerra back to pass, looking left. He's got a man wide open. Number 10 puts his hands out and receives it for the touchdown. How about Zach Peralta beating the defense? And despite the 3rd and long, the Mustangs make a statement with a touchdown on their opening drive.
Vertical 3rd and a bunch, as you called it, Brian, and they went vertical. And Zach Peralta, who Coach Reynolds told us about, he said he's an all-around football player. He'll play receiver, he'll play quarterback, he'll play linebacker. You ask him and he'll do it. Well, he can certainly run that vertical route and bring it in.
He sure can. The kick is up, and it's good. What a start for the Natalia Mustangs on the regular season finale. A touchdown deep down the field, and the extra point makes it 7-0. You're watching high school football here on RC Audio Sports 2. We'll be right back after this break.
At San Antonio ISD, parents and students have a choice to pick the best schools, a choice to take programs that explore a student's interests, and a choice to grow while keeping the future in mind. With so many options to best fit a student's needs, why go anywhere else? Choose SAISD.
Apply now at saisd.net/enroll or call 210-554-2660 for more information.
And we welcome you back after a quick score by the Natalia Mustangs. They put 7 on the board in a hurry. 2 tackles for loss for the YMLA Lions, and then a long pass for a touchdown, a 50-yard pass, I'm going to call it, after on 3rd and long. The Mustangs on the board quickly. We are at the 10-minute, 52-second mark of the first quarter, and the less than 2 minutes have been played. The Mustangs are going to kick off for the second time tonight.
And clearly have to keep an eye on the kicker here, Juan Gonzalez, making an onside kick successful, giving Natalia that opportunity. And here we go again. This time the Lions were ready for it. Received right just short of midfield. Looks like that was Bandon Michael Richards, number 24 for the Lions. And YMLA will have the ball for the first time here, down 7-0. As they take the field here, we'll take you through their offensive starters. Jonathan Granado at center, Jonah Navarro, Dominic Montez, Darren Cepeda, and Ivan Reyna. Those are the offensive linemen. Nathan Reed, Anthony Amirez, and Cruz Mason Peña. Those are the receivers. Yaniv Rocket King, Dazzle Moore, and Jordan Johnson round out the starting unit for the Lions. They'll start with 3 wide receivers here on the near side of the field. And the first play of the game will be a run right up the gut. Good, successful run. Yaniv Rocket King. Some incredible names so far already. Dazzle Moore and Rocket King gets it going for the YMLA Lions.
And Brian, if you visit with anyone from the YMLA community, it will tell you just what a shining star Rocket King is on the field and off the field as well. Just everybody just singing his praises. A senior, a 4-year letterman. And he, too, will do whatever Coach Campos asks him to do. You'll watch him. You'll see him run the ball, catch passes, and he may throw one or two. He's a pretty good defender, too.
A nice gain on first down makes it 2nd and 6. And here a pitch outright trying to find the corner, and certainly does, making a man miss. And look at the move on the sideline. All the way home he goes. Anthony Amirez looked like he had at least a first down, but then he found a hole for much more. There is a flag on the play. We will see what it's for. As it stands right now, YMLA with an electric touchdown that would tie the game along with an extra point, but we'll see if this is coming back. Officials still discussing it.
Well, I've given my hat, Brian, several times throughout the season. After a touchdown, if you'll find the white hat and he's jogging to catch up, it's going to be a score. If he's sitting back here, that means it's going to come back. There's a flag someplace. The flag was thrown over here on the sideline, and it was in the vicinity of a block. I'm going to wait for the call, but again, just reading body language here, and it looks like the official was telling the Lions coaching staff that the block was taken too far out of bounds. It was an excellent block, and I was going to call it out as it was the block that sprung Amirez downfield. But I guess the officials are saying that once you've left the field of play, you've got to release your block, and the block just went a little bit too deep. It was a great block. I'm going to tell you, while it was on the field, holding they're going to call over here, and that one's declined. And the personal foul is the one that is going to be taken. Holding's a 10-yard penalty. Personal foul's a dead ball personal foul's a 15-yard penalty. So you do the math that you would take the personal foul, of course. But again, a touchdown by the Lions, few and far between. They've been hard to come by, is called back because of a personal foul.
Tough break there for YMLA. Looked like an incredible way to start their offensive night. Would have maybe tied the game with an extra point. Instead, 2nd and long. They'll go with the fake pitch, run up the middle, and this time Natalia not fooled whatsoever. Got to keep an eye on that. What led to success, ignoring that penalty, would have been that end-around pitch to the outside. We'll see if YMLA goes back to that as the night goes along, but as it stands, 3rd and about 20.
A big part of the Lions offense, and you know what that does when you've handed the ball off and you carry out that fake, it keeps your outside linebackers, your defensive ends honest, and it keeps them from coming in to assist with the tackle. A lot of splits here in the Lions offensive line.
So Jordan Johnson back to pass, has some time, scrambling right, and now he decides to tuck it and run. Not going to have anywhere near what he needs to get the first down as he scrambles out of bounds. So 4th down coming up for YMLA. Likely a punt coming up as well.
Jordan Johnson, a junior quarterback for the Lions, and it has been fun to watch him develop over the season. That play right there, you noticed he's out of the pocket, but his eyes were downfield, exactly what you want a quarterback to do. You don't want a quarterback to give up on the play too early, just tuck and run. You know, he broke the pocket. He's still looking downfield, and he's still a dangerous thrower when you do that.
2 Mustangs back to receive it. Zach Peralta, who we already saw with that great touchdown catch, along with Damian Aguinaga. The punt is off, and it'll be a fair catch called by Peralta. So he'll be stopped right at the 25-yard line. That's where Natalia will get going on their offensive drive. Up 7-0 here in the first quarter. 9:03 to go. We're just getting rolling.
Brian, I didn't get to call the defensive starters the last time the Lions were on the field. Ivan Reyna and Gideon Okori are the defensive ends. Dominic Montes and Gloriris Moore are the defensive tackles. Linebackers are Yaniv Rocket King, Jamari Harris. The safeties are Cleto Samuel Rodriguez, Anthony Amirez, Cruz Mason Pena, and the corners Sebastian Cervera and Dazzle Moore.
So Guerra coming off a long touchdown pass back in the shotgun. Receiver coming around in motion, but it's a handoff up the middle to number 13, Andrew Monreal. He is stopped for a loss. So this Lions defense On first and second down, looking impressive. It was just that third down pass. Defense in the secondary were beat. That led to the only score we have today.
The bright spot, if you're rooting for the Lions tonight, is that they are holding the edge over the season. We've seen some games where they've had some trouble holding that edge, and on 3 plays that I can recall just right off the top of my head, the Lions' edge defense was just excellent.
Guerra joined by a couple of friends in the backfield. He'll hand it off to Peralta, who has nowhere to go. Great job getting through up the middle, Anthony Amirez, who just scored that phantom touchdown. Look at these two-way players go. So impressive to see what they can do both on offense and on defense.
These teams competing in 15-3A D2, so a lot of times you will see a bunch of two-way players in 3A football. It's fun to watch.
It sure is. 3rd and 16 coming up for the Mustangs. Last time they had this scenario, they scored about a 50-yard touchdown. What do they have drawn up here? Guerra, a little bit of pressure, feels it, and is only going to get forward for about 3. The Lions defense swarms in time, and they wrap him up. Looks like Rocket King at the heart of it again, and a punt forced by the Lions defense.
And Brian, I'm going to say that the rush really denied another big play. Number 10, Zach Peralta, was behind the defense. Again, believe that or not, Guerra had to step up into the pocket, and the Lions sent a bunch, tackled him after a short gain.
A punt. Snap is very high. Barely able to get it off is Hunter Corona, and that is not a good punt at all for the Mustangs. Lions going to have excellent field position deep in their opponent's territory here, trying to even up the game as they trail 7-0.
7-0. The Lions will take possession of the football here on a very short field. They're going to take. I'm looking for the down marker. It looks like that's going to be the 28-yard line. There is a flag on the field, so we'll see already early in the game the second penalty. And if I'm reading that signal correctly, it's
a very late flag that came on.
Not roughing the kicker, but running into the kicker. That's a 5-yard penalty, so it's not going to result in a first down. So, but it could be a costly penalty in that it was a very, very short. It was a very, very short punt, and the Mustangs are going to get another opportunity to maybe flip the field a bit. The Lions were celebrating a short field for their offense, and we'll see what it's a 5-yard penalty, but we'll see what the net result of that penalty is after this punt.
Absolutely. We'll keep an eye on that. Corona will get another chance. Back to receive it is Cruz Mason Pena, the junior wide receiver and defensive back, standing right around midfield, deep in the heart of that SAISD logo.
Bookmark the 28-yard line, because that's where the Lions were going to take possession. So we'll see just how costly that running into the kicker. Fortunately, if you're rooting for the Lions, it was running into the kicker, not roughing the kicker. And roughing the kicker, of course, would result in an automatic first down. The high snap, and it's you got a little closer to the punter than you might have if it had been a good snap.
So here we go again. Another high snap. Corona barely able to get it. And it's not a much better punt, to be quite honest with you. It looks like YMLA is actually going to get even better field position, if you can believe that, Coach. So YMLA going to be laughing about that one, saying, okay, you want that penalty? We'll get it a bit closer.
We'll get it a bit closer. And I asked you to bookmark the 28-yard line, and instead of that, the penalty actually will benefit the penalized team, as the Lions will now take possession in the red zone at the 17-yard line. So it was a net gain of 11 yards for the Lions there at the 17-yard line, starting this possession in the red zone.
And this is a huge opportunity for YMLA, who has definitely struggled to score all year. Taking over at their opponent's 17, you've got to cash in if you're the Lions. End around in motion, that's going to be a pitch to Dazzle Moore, looking for some room but not finding it. Brought down for a loss of about 1, brings up 2nd and 11.
We heard Coach Campos talk about the Mustangs defense, and he said that they were known for turning plays back inside to the core of the defense, and we saw an example of that as Dazzle Moore was looking to get outside, but there were several defenders at the numbers and outside. He had to turn back in. The pursuit defense did its job for the Mustangs.
You've got Cruz Mason Pena, tall wide receiver at the bottom of your screen. He has one-on-one coverage, it looks like. Jordan Johnson looking that way instead. Across the middle, that one's intercepted. Juan Gonzalez puts his mitts up and hauls it in. He's still rambling, and he'll be knocked out at about the 18-yard line. So YMLA cannot capitalize on the great field position because of an interception. Juan Gonzalez robs that one.
Let's take another look at that. Way up in the way up in the air, Gonzalez goes, and Moore looked like he had gotten behind the defender. I'm sure that if Jordan Johnson had another opportunity, he would put a little bit more air under that football. But he may get another chance. The Mustangs dodge a bullet, and the Lions squander an opportunity to score.
6:14 left here in the first quarter, and the Natalia Mustangs up 7-0 over the YMLA Lions. Mason Guerra and the Mustangs back in offense. Guerra immediately gets rid of it, and who else? Peralta made the catch, but he loses it, stripped away and recovered by Rocket King. Who else on defense but Rocket King? He's firing up his sideline, and the Lions get it right back.
Get it right back. Turnovers on consecutive plays there, and it looked like again, it was a nice slant. Zach Peralta got a good pass and looked like obviously he had possession because it's rolled a fumble. But the Lions defense converged on him in a hurry, and looked like it was Yaniv Rocket King that did that pull, that lawnmower pull on the ball, and that recovered the fumble. So right back on the field is the Lions offense, a little further back, starting this one from the 26-yard line.
What an exciting sequence of plays. Back and forth we go, an interception and a fumble on consecutive plays. Now a pass deep towards the end zone falls harmlessly incomplete. Cruz Mason Pena, the intended target.
Going back to the well, and again, as not going to say I told you so, but Jordan Johnson did put a little bit more air on that. The Cruz Mason Pena just was not able to get to that, so now he's got to find something in between those two passes. One didn't have enough air underneath it. One had a little too much. So we'll see if the Lions can calibrate.
2nd and 10 from the 26. YMLA once again deep inside their opponent's territory. Can they capitalize this time? A fake up the middle. It's going to be Amirez taking his time. Very patient run, and he falls forward. Nice gain to make it 3rd and short, or are they going to give him the first down? He's right along those markers, and I think they're going to mark him just short. Looks like it 3rd and 1, if that, coming up.
So right back in the red zone, the Lions are at 3rd and 1. You would certainly figure this to be 4-down territory. So maybe at 3rd and 1, you take a shot at the end zone, then come back and try to get the first down marker. We'll see what Coach Campos dials up here on a 3rd and short.
Kroger at the top of your screen, Cruz Mason Pena at the bottom of it. But YMLA has seen success running straight up the middle. That's where they go. Why not? Clear hole. And Rocket King, we're going to be calling that name a lot, aren't we? He is brought down at the 8, but he has a first down for the Lions.
A first down and goal as it's inside the 10-yard line. Brian, can we say that the Lions are certainly launching the rocket tonight? Can we say that?
I think you can definitely say that. See if they can launch him all the way into the end zone. Ball spotted at just short of the 9 now. They back it up a little bit, but still 1st and goal since it's within the 10.
Not one to shy away from a pun. Got to warn you.
You can't. That's what broadcasting is all about, right? Using clever words. That's what we try to do here.
That's what we try to do. Thanks for indulging us.
Having some fun here on a Friday night.
Timeout.
Timeout indeed. YMLA calls it, and they want to make sure they've got the right play dialed up. Big ones coming up. They trail 7-0, but they are knocking on the door. You're watching high school football here on RC Audio Sports 2.
Ready! Set! Go! It's a bad idea to run a foot race against these guys, just like it's a bad idea to go up against the billion-dollar auto insurance industry all alone.
Hire Martinez and Associates. With us, it's personal.
Welcome back here to SAISD Sports Complex. It's a beautiful Friday night. Not too chilly yet. We're still waiting for that big cold front. But nonetheless, it is November, the last regular season game of the year. And the YMLA Lions trailing 7-0. They have the ball at the 9-yard line, looking to tie things up here if they can punch it in. They have seen the most success running the middle Rocket King, number 11, lined up again at the tailback. Instead, Johnson rumbling left, looking back, throwing across his body. Very dangerous pass there. He is lucky he didn't have that one intercepted. It's Gonzalez again, coach. He already had one interception earlier.
And he had a second one right there in his hands, just was not able to bring that one in. But a right-handed quarterback, Johnson rolled to his left, and that's a tough pass. You got to fix your feet and get your shoulder square, and that was going back across the field a little bit. Gonzalez was right there, had both his hands on the football, just was not able to control it. That would have been his second interception, and his second probably coming out of the end zone as well.
Yeah, I remember the YMLA Lions had great field position after the short punt. This time they have it because of a forced fumble. Johnson this time does hand it off to Rocket King. He is trying to break through a couple of tackles, and he does fall forward for a gain of about 3. 3rd and 6 coming up from the 6.
Rocket King into the pile. A big defensive line for the Natalia Mustangs, but Rocket King is able to get a good fit, gets underneath him, and then drives him back for a yard or two. We've got one of the DTs for the Mustangs. Looks like a little gimpy over there on the right side. We'll see if the Lions attack that side or not.
Have to wonder if this is 4-down territory. YMLA team that has struggled to score all year. They're desperate for some points here. Play clock down to single digits. Get it off with plenty of time. A pitch left. Dazzle Moore finds the corner and rumbles into the end zone. A touchdown for the Lions.
Dazzle Moore, he is not he's not to be turned up. Again, the defense was out there on the numbers. Dazzle Moore felt like he could get around, and first time I saw it, he did, and watching it on the replay, he did it again. It's Cesar Mendez did a great job here of capturing that one. Stays on the numbers, turns a corner, looks for the pylon. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Lions.
Excellent play design, and here is Cleto Rodriguez on to try to tie it up. Snap gets away, have to adjust. A 2-point conversion is going to end up being the result. What a job by the holder. Number 12, Nathan Reed, on a bad botch snap. Somehow able to recover, rumbles right, and he finds Anthony Amirez for the 2-point conversion. Coach, that is working on the fly.
That is working on the fly, and fire, just the way you practice it about 1,000 times all season long, and you get an opportunity to run it once or twice, and boy, what a great execution on the fly there. A quick break here on the field gives me an opportunity to visit with you about Mac Hakes, Southway Ford, David Benavides, Anthony Martinez. We appreciate them and their role in the collaboration between RC Audio Sports and Mac Hakes, Southway Ford. Mac Hakes, located in the heart of Southside San Antonio on IH-35 between Zarzamora and Highway 16. If you're thinking about buying a new or pre-owned car, don't do it until you've talked to David Benavides or Anthony Martinez at Mac Hakes Southway Ford. They will get you the best deal on a new or pre-owned vehicle, and they'll make sure that you get the best value. You get the best value on a trade-in if you want to go that route as well. Mac Hakes, Southway Ford.
Thank you, Coach. The YMLA Lions up 8-7 after the tremendous 2-point conversion, and you have to know, if you're tuning in at home, this is already the most points that the YMLA Lions have scored all season long. A team that is 0-9, 0-6 in district play. But if you don't think that they care about this game, they are playing their hearts out already. Their fans are into it, and they are up 8-7 here early in the first quarter.
Well, if I can add to that, Brian, I've watched them in some games that ended up not being close, but they fought to the last tick. So this is the last game I expect them.
Some trouble receiving the kickoff there, and then losing the ball again. Number 4, playing some dangerous games, Ricardo De La O. Initially struggled to corral it, then was running forward with it, lost it, but luckily for him and the Mustangs, they're going to keep possession, down 8-7. Mustangs feeling a little pressure here.
Talk about dodging a bullet there. MVP Buggy, we thank you for joining us in the chat room. And if you're in the chat room, that means you've subscribed to our channel. We appreciate that as well. He says, YMLA, let's go. And Brian Janselson, as he just shared with us, 8 points is the most that the Lions have scored in any game so far this year.
No time like the present for YMLA to get their first win. If you're Natalia, how do you bounce back? Mason Guerra, the quarterback, takes the snap, hands it off calmly up the middle. And that's a solid gain on first down, about 7. Haven't seen the run game a whole lot for Natalia. It was that long pass that got it done, but Andrew Monreal that time took the carry and makes it second and medium.
They pretty much stayed away from between tackles. They've tried to go outside on the Lions. The Lions defense has been there. We'll see if the Mustangs continue to attack between tackles.
Here's Guerra with Monreal behind him. Hands off towards the right. Not touched until he's way past the first down marker. And that's a first down for the Mustangs.
The Mustangs employ an up-tempo offense, so especially after first downs, there they are lining up, looking over to the sideline, getting a signal, and it's tough on a defense. Once you get a little bit fatigued, you give up some plays like that, you're on your heels, and here comes another play at you quickly.
2.5 minutes left here in the first quarter. YMLA 8, Natalia 7. Looked like Monreal was going to be stuffed right away. Instead, he was able to break through, and he ends up making it a gain of about 5. Tough run that time for the running back Monreal.
We see Coach Reynolds and the offensive brain trust over there. Jay Sulak is the offensive coordinator. Looks like a little change of strategy here on this possession, attacking the core of the defensive line here instead of going off the edge, and they've been successful. The first downs are important. You get 4 or 5 yards on first down, that can really set you up for a nice drive.
Staying ahead of the chains, as they say. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Monreal has been the star of the show on this drive, and he continues to do so. He has passed that first down marker, and that should be another Natalia first down. Maybe a little bit short now after the secondary spot from the official on the near side, but nope, there you got it. Chains were moving, and a first down for the Mustangs. So Monreal has gotten each carry on this drive, and they are officially into YMLA territory.
A junior, he's a linebacker, he's an H-back, the only back in the backfield.
Does he get it again? Why not? Rumbling right, and he stumbles forward for a gain. Again, positive play. 3 on first down sets you up for an open playbook on second and down.
I love to see the chess game within the football game. As you see your lineup, as you come out, maybe you've seen something on film and you feel like you can attack it, you've got to adjust to what actually happens in the game. And the Mustangs coming now between tackles.
Some pressure from YMLA here on the first pass of the possession, and they get home. A sack by Anthony Amirez. He has made an impact offensively and defensively. A huge play out of the backfield to make it 3rd and long.
Anthony Amirez, an impact player for sure so far here in the first quarter. Does not give Mason Guerra any time to look downfield. He is on his back before he can wind up.
Huge play here for YMLA to build momentum off the score. 3rd and 14. More pressure. Guerra gets it off, and he's got a man with plenty of room. Gonzalez still going a first down and then some. Down the sideline, makes a cut towards the end zone, and he's got it. Touchdown, Mustangs. A 51-yard reception on a screen pass to number 14, Gonzalez. So he's got an interception tonight, and the long touchdown puts Natalia right back on top.
You had trips out there to the right, and then it was a tunnel screen as he came inside. That's a tough play to defend, especially if you're not lined up just exactly right to it. And that was a big touchdown for Gonzalez, who had an interception earlier.
Going for 2 here, the Mustangs, after the Lions got a 2-point conversion. And they've got it. Easy pitch and catch there. Andrew Monreal, who did much of the work on the early part of this drive. Good to see him cash in there for 2. So how about a little 2-point conversion party here? The Natalia Mustangs 15, YMLA Lions 8 after the 51-yard touchdown by the Mustangs here in the first quarter.
The Mustangs will take the lead. 8 seconds left in the first quarter. It gives us an opportunity to visit with you about Presidio Concrete, their 2nd year on the sponsorship team with RC Audio Sports. Hector Gonzalez, Dre Gutierrez in the business for 5 years. What a mark they have made. And we love telling their story. In 5 years, have done some big projects in town. The zoo enclosure, the gorilla enclosure at the San Antonio Zoo, the concrete work at Veterans Memorial Stadium. But don't let that intimidate you. If you're a homeowner and you've got some work that needs to be done on your property, they can pour slabs and foundations and patios and driveways and all that. If you've got work, if you've got construction work that has a concrete aspect to it, don't do that until you've talked to Presidio Concrete, Hector Gonzalez, Dre Gutierrez. The phone number right there on the screen. Hector will answer your call and answer all your questions.
Plenty of action here early on in this game. The Natalia Mustangs up 15-8 with just a couple of minutes left here in the first quarter. And Juan Gonzalez, why not, right? He's got an interception. He's got a touchdown. He's also the kicker for the Mustangs. He's gone with a couple of pooch kicks. Looks like he's setting up to do that yet again. Making sure his unit is ready. And there it goes. Very short kick. A little pop-up, and the Lions do grab it. Got to be on high alert. First one worked for Natalia, but the latter two have not, so the Lions will take over with excellent field position yet again at their own 48.
You were mentioning Gonzalez, who has had to play on offense, had to play on defense. He's special teams as he kicks off as well. Somebody's got to get a memo out to Anthony Amiris, who's been shining for the Lions on offense and defense. We need to get him in the special teams lineup as well. So it's got some athletes out there shining tonight. We love shining positive light on them. This will likely be the last play of the first quarter, but only the case if it's a running play or a caught pass.
Just 6 seconds left. Let's see what my YMLA goes with. Handoff towards the right. And a nice run on first down. That will be it. Rocket King with a gain of about 5 sends us into the second quarter. Positive momentum for both sides, really. Things to feel good about as we head to the second quarter. Natalia Mustangs 15, YMLA Lions 8. We'll see you in the second quarter here. You're watching high school football on RC Audio Sports 2.
Between the first and second quarters, what better time to visit with you about Yvette Diaz, Soul Rose, Medicare, and Legacy. We are in the enrollment/re-enrollment period of Medicare. If you're eligible for Medicare or going to become eligible in 2026, Yvette Diaz can be in your. She can help you get the make the right decisions here. She studies these things all day long. There are a ton of policies. All of us have different needs, medical needs, and different expectations for our insurance policies and so forth. Yvette Diaz studies these things all day long. Give her a call. Tell her what you're expecting from a policy. Tell her what your medical needs are, your prescription needs are. She can give that a study, come back to you and say, option A, option B, option C, and guide you through a process that can be sometimes pretty complicated. Glad to have Yvette Diaz on our sponsorship team. Give her a call, and when you do, let her know that you heard about her on one of our streams.
Thank you, Coach. And with that, we are just about ready for the second quarter. Natalia 15, YMLA 8. Back and forth we've gone here. A couple of turnovers and some good offensive plays. Been clean football, though, on both sides. Both sides really earning what they've gotten. We'll see if YMLA can respond to the latest 51-yard touchdown that Natalia just had. A pitch left. That's been successful. Dazzle Moore has had an excellent job finding that corner when he's looking for the edge, and he's got another first down. They know what's coming. They like to go to that end around, but they have not been able to stop it. First down, Lions.
Deceptive speed Dazzle has, as it, the defender looks like he feels like he's in position, but Dazzle still gets outside and gets positive yardage, gets a first down. Brian, we've got a score from the Frontier Bowl. The Harlandale Indians leading the McCullum Cowboys 14-3. Thank you, Fidel Romero, for texting that score in to us.
Honestly, Coach, I can't believe you're not there. How are you missing a Frontier Bowl?
Oh, I love it here. I love it here, Brian.
I know you do. YMLA trying to capitalize on that latest score that they had, resulted in a 2-point conversion as well. One of the craziest plays you'll see, a botched snap, and they were able to recover and convert for 2. So their offense has done nothing but positive plays so far, and another one run for about 3 by Rocket King makes it 2nd and 7.
Explosive plays by the Natalia Mustangs and methodical drives, even off from short fields, methodical drives from the YMLA Lions. We'll see who prevails.
Lions in the shotgun here. We haven't seen that yet. And across the middle in the seam and just through the hands. Dazzle Moore currently has his hands on his helmet. He can't believe he couldn't haul it in.
Oh,
had it there.
What a beautiful pass, but also great defense by number 14, Juan Gonzalez, who had his hands in the passing lane, if you will. And that time, Jordan Johnson, I think, calibrated just the amount of air that he needed on a long pass. And it was a very precise pass, broken up only by very good defense by Juan Gonzalez.
So 3rd and 7 now for the Lions, and you expect them to pass now. Natalia hasn't had a huge opportunity to send pressure. Do they do that here? 4 get through, and that's all they needed. What a job by Peralta, wrapping up the quarterback Johnson, and he's got himself a night, a touchdown catch, and now a sack to bring up 4th down.
You know, 3rd and 7 at the 37. Maybe you're looking at 4-down territory, but a 10-yard loss there, and certainly not going to be 4-down territory anymore. The Lions out to punt. Brian, this is the 18th game that we have streamed from the SAISD Sports Complex this year. We thank SAISD for the opportunity to do so.
Such an incredible job done here by everybody associated with RC Audio Sports, and lucky to be a part of it here tonight. Flag on the play. I think Natalia was offsides, at least on first glance. It's 4th and very long, so it shouldn't really affect things, and would expect YMLA to even decline the penalty if that is the case, because that was a pretty good punt.
That was a very good punt back inside the 20-yard line. That'd be an interesting call. You know, 4th and it's 4th and 16. It'll make it 4th and 11. I don't know if that changes the calculus on, you know, going for the punt. No, it doesn't at all. Offsides against the defense. So you're exactly right, Brian. It's declined, and they'll take the result of the play, which is a punt that rolled dead inside the 15-yard line. Looks like the official's going to spot that somewhere about the 12.6, 12.7. Maybe the 13.
12.8. I think it looks like 12.8.
We like being precise. We like being precise.
Got to. I mean, you've seen the NFL now. They've got the electronic measurements.
Yes.
Have you seen that? They
Sure.
brought that out instead of chain. Yeah. I mean, it's really crazy that it took until the year 2025 to not have these mechanical chains. And you go, remember when they had the index card to see if there was room between the chain and the football?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's right.
There has to be a better way, and I think they've finally found it.
I think the technology has been around for a while. It's just, convention and tradition, and do we mess with that? And, you know, kind of like the strike zone in baseball as well.
A lot of changes coming to that sport as well. Peralta, who we've seen make a big catch as the receiver, takes a direct snap that time out of the Wildcat formation, and he has a gain of about 2. So a little switch up there. No Mason Guerra, the quarterback. And there he is now.
Here he comes. Well, an up-tempo offense really doesn't give us a whole lot of time to chat about other things, but Brian Janselson recently named a manager of public relations and broadcasting for the San Antonio Missions. I was hoping that maybe we'd have some time to pick your brain on that and the things that are going on in baseball, but this game has kept us on our toes.
Certainly has. A lot of excitement to go around. Guerra gets it off immediately, barely even in his hands. And look at the breakthrough on the tackle. Peralta might take it all the way. Just one man to beat, and he beats him into the end zone for the long touchdown. How about 66 yards for Peralta? And he gives the Mustangs a massive touchdown there after it looked like he was going to be wrapped up by the sideline.
And the white hat is jogging. We'll call that a jog. He's jogging downfield, so that means no flags. The play will stand. A touchdown. He broke a tackle just right there at the sideline, and he had one man to beat after that. It was a 60-yard dash, and he was give him the blue ribbon on that one.
Just an unbelievable effort by Peralta. He has got it going on today. Extra point away here. Clean snap, not a clean hold. And unlike the Lions, they're not going to be able to recover for a magical 2-point conversion. So at the end of it all, we're going to have a more common number on the scoreboard for Natalia, 21, after the missed extra point. But I don't think they're going to be too sad after that long touchdown by Peralta. They lead 21-8 here in the second quarter. You're listening to High School Football on RC Audio Sports 2.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Texas, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Welcome back to the SAISD Sports Complex. If you blinked, you might have missed Peralta's electric touchdown to make it 21-8 Natalia. After falling behind 8-7, they have scored 14 unanswered. He will kick it back to YMLA, who will look to respond after those 2 big scores.
14 unanswered, Brian, and 21 long explosive plays that they have scored on. The first one, a vertical pass on 3rd and long, and then we saw that tunnel screen from about the 50-yard line, and then that was I'm going to say a 70-yard run after contact when the tackle was missed on the Mustangs' sideline. So the Mustangs quickly out to a 2-touchdown lead. The Lions are going to have to do better than 8 points if they want to stay in this ballgame.
Already the most points they've scored all year. They're going to have to build on that if they want to come back. Another short kick, a little longer than we've seen, and YMLA not fooled at all this time. So out of 4 attempts, 3 of them have been received cleanly by YMLA. Long scrum there, but nothing doing after all that. Lions will start at their own 43.
Seen that pooch kick make its way into high school football. At least the games that we have streamed this year seems to be a very popular choice for special teams coaches to concede the giving the possession at around the 35-40 yard line instead of kicking it deep and chancing a long return. Of course, it makes it kind of tough to catch. You don't have a lot of margin for error if you get a pooch kick and you've got the kicking team right on you as soon as the ball gets there.
Lions here in the shotgun again. We saw that on the last possession, trying to give their quarterback some room. Has it there, and look at the catch going up to haul it in. Cruz Mason Pena knocked out at the sideline, but not before he gains about 9. He'll be just shy of that first down marker. Good catch for Pena.
Cruz Mason Pena, the leading receiver for the YMLA Lions. He's averaging 17.6 yards per catch, and that one will bring the average down just a bit, but a nice 9-yard reception on first down. Johnson got to roll to his right that time. A little easier for a right-handed quarterback to roll right than it is to roll left.
You can really just see it off the top for Mason Pena. Big frame, tall wide receiver. Looking the opposite way there, and that was in the basket of number 13, Andrew Monreal. He could have had 6 had he kept it. Instead, it falls, and it'll be 3rd and 1.
Brian, you say looking the opposite way. Monreal was looking the opposite way as well, and he'd have been going in the opposite direction if he had been able to hold on to that football. But a nice read for that, even though Johnson gave the deke in the other direction. He was standing right in the passing lane.
3rd and 1 here for YMLA. They were running the ball really well at the beginning of the game. We haven't heard from Rocket King in a while. See if they go back to him. No, it's going to be another pass. Gets rid of it. Looking for Cruz Mason Pena, and it falls incomplete. Good defense that time by number 11, Damian Aguinaga. And have to imagine YMLA will go for it here on 4th and 1 in plus territory.
Yeah, you've got to figure that judging by that call on the going deep on 3rd and short, that they had in mind that they were going to go for it had they not executed that, and they didn't. So here, 4th and short, we'll see what Coach Campos and his offensive staff will dial up to try to keep this drive going.
4th and 1, they're back under center. That's where they saw some success with the running game. Jordan Johnson, the quarterback, man in motion. Trouble with the snap, able to toss it, and he is met for a massive loss. Boy, the Mustangs weren't fooled at all. When you need 1 yard on 4th down, you wonder why you don't go forward. Instead, they go backwards, and it costs them big time. Mustangs back in possession of the ball in YMLA territory.
Tackle for a loss, and I think the thing that just really short-circuited that play was the trouble with the snap, and it just lost the timing there. For the YMLA, number 24 is Brandon Michael Richards. He had to kind of wait for the pitch instead of catching that one on full speed.
So the Mustangs back in control at their opponent's 45. Guerra has had some help from number 10, Peralta. 2 touchdown receptions by him. Looking for number 2, bobbles it, and it falls incomplete. Maddox Corker would have had 6, but instead, 2nd and 10.
Boy, a game of inches, Brian. Dazzle Moore on defense had slipped, and he was in pretty good position to make an interception there, and he just Got tackled, got tripped up by the turf monster, and it left the receiver wide open. Maddox Corker unable to hang on to that, or that would have been a sure 6.
2nd and 10, still at the 45. 2 Lions jump off sides, and a late reaction, but it was in time to gain the penalty. Should be offside, and then a little extracurricular activity there, getting chippy between the offensive and defensive lines.
All eyes on the white hat. It's going to be...
they're going to give it as a false start. So the Lions clearly jumped off sides, but the reaction wasn't immediate. Ethan Rodriguez, the right tackle, he tried to react in time, but they're going to say it was not. So 2nd and 15 after the false start.
I think that the Lions were already retreating back out of the neutral zone, but you're exactly right, Brian. If it doesn't happen as a response to it, you're not going to get that call. A little late.
So 2nd and 15. Garrett still in the shotgun. Man in motion in front of him. Looked left, now forced out of the pocket, uncorks it, and he's got Peralta wide open again. A hat trick in the 2nd quarter. Zach Peralta with his 3rd touchdown of the evening. This time it'll put Natalia up big with way long to go in the 2nd quarter.
The Mustangs flood the zone over there by the numbers. Just not enough defenders for all of the receivers, and Peralta gets behind them, and another touchdown for Zach.
When in doubt, look for Zach. He has had a tremendous evening already, and we're just getting going here in the 2nd quarter. Gonzalez out for the extra point. Saw his last extra point not even go up after the bobbled snap. This time it's barely up, and it did get through. 28-8, the lead for the Natalia Mustangs. 3 touchdowns courtesy of Zach Peralta. You're listening and watching to high school football here on RC Audio Sports 2. Mustangs up big.
7 Cents Media. You might not know you know them, but you do. The Castros, who collaborate with RC Audio Sports with much of our camera work. Sebastian Castro, Isaiah Castro, Sam Castro with us tonight. Arissa Castro with photography. Caleb also helps as well. When they're not collaborating with us, they've got their own thing going. It's called 7 Cents Media. Call them up, and they will help you professionally produce a documentary, a podcast, a music video. If you've got a big event that you want videographed, even streamed, 7 Cents Media can handle all of that. Give them a call. Let them know you heard about them on RC Audio Sports.
Thank you, Coach. What an exciting first half we've had here at the SAISD Sports Complex. Regular season finale for both these teams, and with the records, none of these teams are going to be in the playoffs, but clearly a ton to play for. Here in Natalia, 4-5 on the year. A win here would get you a 500 record, and you know that's going to go a long way towards making head coach Jason Reynolds pretty happy.
Well, Jason Reynolds, 2nd year at the helm, 1-9 he was in his first year. He's playing here for a 500 season and a tie for 4th place, although he did share with us before the game that even if they did tie for 4th, the points, a tiebreaker would not go in their favor. But from 1-9 to a 500 season, and having lost your starting quarterback at mid-season, they were rolling and then dropped 3 straight here, trying to figure out their quarterback situation.
A bobble on the pooch kick. Lions able to retrieve it, and now looking for the edge. He's got it. Nice little run here by Bandon Michael Richards. Could have been disastrous on the initial drop, but the Lions looking to just put a dent into this deficit now. Down 20 with 7:42 to go in the first half.
The Mustangs opened the season with a 62-0 win over Skidmore Tynan. Lost to Lytle in the next game, then beat Devine 27-24, then beat Dilley. 2 tough teams there, 25-20. Lost to Karn City, beat Nixon Smiley, and then the bottom fell out of their season with 3 straight losses to Cotulla, Poth, and Stockdale. But it looks like they have found their footing here in time for Game 10.
Very tough district, as you and I were talking about before the game, Coach. End around, run to the left. And Michael Richards, who just got that nice return, gets about 7 there on first down. Solid run to make it 2nd and short.
Streaming games here at SAISD Sports Complex. Of course, we do a bunch of 12-5A D2 games. The 5A SAISD schools will play here, but we also get to stream YMLA, who play in 15-3A D2, and we get to see some teams that we don't normally get to see, but that has been a joy as well. And you talk about some quality 3A teams have passed through.
Jumping the snap, but a little too eager there. The Mustangs defense going to be called for the offsides. At least that's what it looks like initially, and that would give the Lions the first down.
A well-timed hard count with a second down and a 3. A good time to pull that one out of the bag offsides against the defense, automatic first down. And, you're talking, just going down the schedule, Crystal City, Cotulla, Poth, Dilley. I mean, there's some quality 3A teams in this district.
Poth, a powerhouse, especially among these small towns. YMLA knows all about that, coming off an 81-6 defeat at the hands of the Poth Pirates. After the offsides gives the Lions a free first down. They try to run right, but stopped at the line of scrimmage is number 33, Anthony Amirez. So 2nd and 10. We talked about the importance of finishing at 500 for Natalia. For YMLA, how about just one win? You know how much that would mean to this program. Their last win, Coach, I should know better than to try to catch you off guard, but do you know when their last win was and against who it was?
Oh, I'd have to look that one up, Brian. It didn't happen this year.
Not this year. A year ago, exactly tomorrow, against these Natalia Mustangs. A very close win, and the Lions looks like they got another offside free play here. Cruz Mason Pena taking advantage, still going through with the play. And he gets within a yard of the first down marker. Good job by the Lions there, understanding that the defensive line jumped. They're able to get 3rd and short, or do they accept the penalty? Either way, gives them a good spot.
I'm going to take the result of the play. It was a 9-yard gain, and let's see.
Penalties declined.
So especially now, as you would guess, 4-down territory. But so last year, the Mustangs 1-9. One of those 9 losses came to the Lions.
Exactly. So it just goes to show that things can change pretty quickly. YMLA 2-8 last year, 1-6 in district, and the year before 5-6 with a 2-2 record in district. So these programs always changing.
Right, 5-6 would tell you that they made the playoffs if they played 11 games. So just a couple of years removed from a playoff season, these Lions are, and Jordan Johnson indicating a first down. We're going to wait for the white hat to confirm that. The chains are moving, yes, and just a couple of seasons away from a playoff team, and I believe 2 seasons ago and 3 seasons ago, the Lions both made the playoffs in both of those seasons. Coach Andrew Campos was the defensive coordinator for that team at the time. This past summer, he was promoted to the head coach when that position became vacant. But he has been here with the Lions for a stretch and developed some great player-coach relationships with them. Has coached some fine young men.
First down after the run up the middle, and the Lions back to their commitment to the run game. We saw them depart from it a little bit, going with the shotgun formation and the consecutive passes, but they are now dedicated to the run game. Not much there on first down, just back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Braden Barry demonstrating what Coach Reynolds told us before the game. He set the edge there. He tried to turn that play right back up to pursuit, and again, no gain on the play. That's what the Mustangs defense is trying to do.
4:40 to go here in the second quarter. Natalia 28, YMLA 8. 21 unanswered points by the Mustangs. Do the Lions have an answer? Toss to the right, looking to pass, but not finding anyone. Instead, just takes it into his own hands. Back to what's been working. Amirez, very heads-up play, not forcing it. It looked like on the end around they were going to try to get the double pass. Didn't see it, and instead took it for the first down.
Amirez swatting off a couple of defenders and breaking a couple of tackles. Didn't quite get to the line to gain, but created a 3rd and very short situation. The last time we were here, Coach Campos went long and came back and tried to get that line to gain on 4th down. We'll see if he sticks with that.
Yeah, so they do mark him just short, barely inches away from that marker. Expect Johnson to maybe sneak it up the middle, maybe hand it off to King. No, it's going to be a toss, and we've seen this movie before, Coach. On a 4th down earlier, we saw them go with the toss back, and he could not get anywhere close. And then here on 3rd and 1, if that, just inches, they again go backwards, and it sets up a 4th and 3 now. So you've got to wonder, when they've had success running up the middle, why don't they do that when they need just a yard or so? They're going to stay on the field and go for it here on 4th and 3. A must-have if you're the Lions. Already down 20. We're ticking closer to halftime. Jordan Johnson in the shotgun formation, looking right for Cruz Mason Pena. He's got the reception, but I don't know if he's got it. Fighting for some late yardage, but he's going to be short. Based on that initial spot, he is about a yard or 2 short. And it looks like there's a flag late on the play, but it's going to be on YMLA.
A false start, Brian, is the call, and that might save the Lions because that's a dead ball penalty. I don't think that one can be declined, even though the play was even though the ball was snapped and we saw a play occur. Yeah, a false start happens before the snap. The play should have been blown dead, and the 5-yard penalty enforced. The Lions should have another opportunity here.
Well, they keep the offense on the field.
The officials are going to give the Mustangs the option to decline that penalty, which is unusual to me. Usually a false start is a dead ball foul and happens before the ball is snapped, and you don't have an opportunity to decline that. But they will in this case, and so the ball goes over on downs.
If it was an illegal motion, that's the difference. Same signal, and the flag did come a little bit later. False starts usually just drop dead as soon as you see it. So that must be, we can't super hear the officials here through the glass at SAISD, but that looks to be the case. Either way, a penalty that ends the drive declined because it was short anyway. So the Mustangs back on offense, and Guerra finds number 14 with plenty of blockers in the middle of the field, directing traffic, and he's going to get past midfield. Number 14, Juan Gonzalez. He's had a touchdown already, and that time a big gain on 1st down gets the Mustangs back in business.
Again, a tunnel screen. We saw that play go for a touchdown the last time that the Mustangs ran this, and a big gain on this. We got a flag way back here at the line of scrimmage, holding against the Mustangs, we're being told by the referee. So that long gain will be nullified. We're getting another score from the Frontier Bowl. It's the Arlington Indians 21, the McCullum Cowboys 3. Still in the first quarter there, and the Indians out to a big lead over at Memorial Stadium. It's a 60-second playing of the Frontier Bowl. Bobby Mendes has got a crew there.
And a break there for YMLA. Instead of that big gain on 1st down, the Mustangs are going to be brought all the way back. Still going. They're going to mark the ball at the 20-yard line. So with the original line of scrimmage at the 27, that makes this 1st and 17. Natalia comfortably ahead right now, 28-8, but we've seen some good offense from YMLA. So you know Natalia wants to keep scoring to feel extra comfortable. Guerra has looked good. His 2 mainstays, Peralta and Gonzalez here. He just drops the ball in the gut of his running back, Monreal, and he's got a nice gain, trying to get back to that line of scrimmage. It'll still be 2nd and long. But they feel confident in their ability to gain it back, and we've got a timeout coming up called by YMLA on defense. So we've got just about 2:53 left here at SAISD Sports Complex ahead of this timeout.
And speaking of Bobby Mendes and a crew at Memorial Stadium, Superior Tax, founded, owned, operated by Bobby Mendes. If you've got a tax question, we're a little bit of ways from the tax deadline, of course, but Bobby will be the first to tell you that there are a lot of things that you can be doing in November to help you save on that return and get a maximum return when you file your taxes. Don't call him right now. I understand he's busy and he may not take your call, but you can certainly call him tomorrow.
Certainly can. I might give him a call. He's a good guy.
He's a good guy. I don't know that he's going to pick up a call during the Frontier Bowl.
No.
Probably
no,
not,
no,
huh?
I don't think so.
I might call just to test him. I'll let you know if he picks up.
How packed do you think it is over there, Coach?
Oh, I think it's a packed house. Fidel Romero, who is there at the game, and he's texting some scores. He says packed house. And Harlandale out to a big 21-3 lead. We appreciate Fidel enjoying the Frontier Bowl and sending us scores.
And we are enjoying this matchup. 2:53 to go here in the second quarter. Natalia 28, YMLA 8. Mustangs with the ball, pump fake, and there is no one close. Look at that real estate to work with. Damian Aguinaga all the way to the house. Touchdown, Mustangs.
A pump fake and a stop and go. The corners bit on the stop, and it was a go. And Aguinaga gets a pass way back behind the defensive backfield for the Lions and score that one. Another big explosive play for the Mustangs.
How about the job of these Natalia receivers beating the secondary and finding all sorts of room, giving the opportunity to their quarterback, Mason Guerra. All he has to do is put it on target, and he certainly has. What an offensive explosion here in the first half. Looking for another point. Blocked. Lions get to the extra point, so that is the second extra point missed by Natalia. But they are still up big, 34-8 here with 2:39 left in the second quarter. You're watching high school football on RC Audio Sports 2.
When you're hit by a motor vehicle, there's nobody that tells you that there's most likely going to be a $1 billion insurance company protecting the driver that just hit you. It's a mistake to play in traffic, just like it's a mistake to go against an auto insurance company all alone. When you get into a car crash, don't fight the $1 billion auto insurance companies alone. If you've been injured in a car crash, call Martinez & Associates today at 210-337-1111.
And we are back here at SAISD Sports Complex. A beautiful Friday night here. Not quite a full moon, Coach, there off in the distance, but beautiful nonetheless. It's got a nice yellow tint to it. It's already past Halloween, and we're looking forward to Thanksgiving.
Looking forward to Thanksgiving, indeed, and that's certainly a November harvest moon there that is rising over the Burbank High School campus, which is just next door to the SAISD Sports Complex. We get some beautiful views here. I don't know what it is, but we get some. It seems like we are many times calling a game here from the SAISD Sports Complex, and of course, just on the other side of Burbank, you've got the city view and the skyline of San Antonio, and the moon just happens to rise a lot over Burbank High School like that.
It's a really perfect setting. You're absolutely right. I mean, if you haven't come out to a game here, I highly recommend it. I see the Tower of the Americas right now, just a few feet to the left of the moon. Of course, more than a few feet, but just with what you can tell from up here.
Sure.
And what a nice job they've done here at SAISD as this pooch kick is off. YMLA has done a nice job adjusting to that, and they will have good field position to start. They need some points here before the half, but I remember coming here when they were building this soccer field right behind us. There's a lot of dirt and construction, but that is complete. They've got a nice turf soccer field. They've got this beautiful turf football field, of course, and I've got to say, I think my favorite, Diz Reeves Diamond right there. I struggle to find a better place to watch some high school baseball. Came here growing up, watching great games, and gotten to call some games there, public address or play-by-play. That is a beautiful stadium to have over there.
Boy, 100%. I can sign off on that as well. Two baseball diamonds here at the complex. Two softball diamonds as well. The primary softball diamond, the primary baseball diamond turfed.
That was recent, right? I'm pretty sure they did that in the most recent season that I did was 23 over there. They've turfed it since then.
Sometimes the years kind of come together for me, but I'm pretty sure, Brian, that last year was the first year that the baseball and the softball fields had been turfed.
Timeout here called by Natalia with 2:17 to go. They haven't stopped the clock. They're going to have to add a couple of ticks. But just over 2 minutes left here in the second quarter. Natalia up 34-8 over YMLA.
At San Antonio ISD, parents and students have a choice to pick the best schools, a choice to take programs that explore a student's interests, and a choice to grow while keeping the future in mind. With so many options to best fit a student's needs, why go anywhere else? Choose SAISD.
Apply now at saisd.net/enroll or call 210-554-2660 for more information.
You're gonna see me shine, 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 shine. Walking on beams of a light, 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 light.
¿Has estado en un choque? Es ilegal que un abogado se ponga en contacto contigo primero. Si el tubo lo hiciera, podría arruinar su causa. No confíes en abogados que rompen la ley. Martínez y Asociados, elegido como el mejor bufete de abogados de San Antonio durante 3 años, después de haber estado en un choque. Ve con alguien en que puedas confiar.
2nd and 7 here after the timeout. Rocket King takes the carry up the middle. And it looks like Natalia is not going to be shy about using their timeouts. They want the ball back before the half. So another timeout here by the Mustangs. They're feeling good up 34-8. They want to stop the clock, get that ball back.
In our chat room, Dragon Ball Gamer says, Natalia band, let's go sousaphone. So we've got a sousaphone fan club member in our chat room, and we love that because here on RC Audio Sports and RC Audio Sports 2, we always keep our live cameras rolling for the halftime performances. We love to bring you the dance teams and the marching bands, as well as all the activity that surrounds them, which is a football game. But we certainly love to bring you halftime performances, and we will do that again. This is the 18th game that RC Audio Sports is streaming from SAISD Sports Complex. It just went in just a blink, and this is the 3rd year that we've been trusted with this task, and we cannot thank SAISD and their athletic department enough, and for their confidence in us and their trust. Year number 3. And we hope that it is a long, long collaboration. Speaking of beautiful moons.
Look at that. Excellent camera work. A+.
Isaiah Castro at that camera.
3rd and 5, toss right. Amirez trying to use his blocks, now reverse his course, and he's got some room to work with. Amirez at the 30, he's got the first down and finally taken out at around the 18-yard line, but what a job by Amirez. Didn't like what he had initially, so he just turned that thing around and has a big gain to move those chains.
And credit to his blockers that were on the back side of the play once he had reversed field. You know, that's not an easy block to make anymore because you just can't let loose on those blocks. It's pretty much a screen that you've got to do when somebody reverses field like that, and did a good job of staying up high and keeping the blocks legal and keeping the play intact.
The Lions have had some good offense, but they've stalled right around here. Amirez back with the ball in his right hand and a flag from the backfield. You can imagine what that's going to be, usually holding. And that is the signal right away. We'll wait for confirmation here from the official. And that is, in fact, a holding penalty, so that play will come back. 2:01 here, just north of the 2-minute warning.
You know, if you watch enough football, you can kind of tell the area from which the flag is thrown, but you can also tell in the mechanics of the official. That little bowling underhand flag, you know, a lot of times that's at the offensive line. And we've reached the 2-minute timeout. Codifying the flag throwing of high school officials.
I love it. You got to keep an eye on the body language always. See what it has to offer, but we have reached the 2-minute warning here. You're watching high school football on RC Audio Sports. Natalia up big in the 2nd quarter. You know, that excellent commercial reminds me of the amazing rendition we had of the national anthem, a trumpet playing the Star Spangled Banner, a math teacher at YMLA. Imagine being that talented at math and trumpet playing.
Mr. Rodney Seal, math teacher, YMLA. Beautiful rendition. And you've got it right here on our stream. You can always play it. You can always reverse it and play it back.
Reversing is something that the Lions have done as of late, but going backwards that time, Bandon Michael Richards swallowed up in the backfield, and Natalia will use their last timeout here, so that is all three. They're trying to get the ball back. We're just under 2 minutes left. We'll keep it right here with Coach. What do you have for us?
Well, we've got the last week's players of the game. Anytime we stream a game, we will choose an offensive and a defensive player of the game. Last week, we had Burbank and Edison. Edward Rodriguez and Ramsey Chavarria were the offensive and defensive players, respectively, in that game. And then on Friday night, we had Jefferson and Brackenridge. Jefferson was the winner, and Michael Bejar was the offensive player of the game. John Fernandez, the defensive player of the game. Then over at Memorial Stadium, the Harlandale Indians beat Vets Memorial for the first time in program history. The first time that a Harlandale high school team had beaten a team from Judson ISD. 21-20 the score was. Gio Silva was the offensive player of the game, and Santiago Rivas was the defensive player of the game.
2nd and 22 coming up for the Lions, so they've got some work to do. Remember, the holding penalty backed them up. They're going to keep it on the ground. Rocket King punches up the middle. He's got about 5, and it's going to be 3rd and 15, if that.
The Lions going with a quick hitter there, hoping that that they would find a gap in the defensive line. Got some of that yardage back, but still a 3rd down and about 16. Under 2 minutes to play. The Lions have 1 timeout left that they can use.
They appear to be in no rush. Natalia has been using those timeouts. They'd like one more crack at it offensively. Why not? They have been explosive. See if the Lions can move the chains across the middle. And that's a floater. Intercepted yet again, Juan Gonzalez. He has been a center fielder back there. And he is brought down from behind, but not before another turnover. So Natalia stops YMLA in their tracks after it looked like they might punch it in before the half. It's Juan Gonzalez with his 2nd interception of the evening. Add a touchdown to his day. He is going to have a fun time in the halftime locker room.
Well, we're only at halftime, Brian, but we've certainly got to put him on our list of players to consider for player of the game when this is all said and done.
I'd say so, but it's going to be tough to beat that hat trick we already have with the touchdowns with Peralta. We'll see, though. Long way to go.
We've got some strong candidates. And there's a standing there for 15-3 AD2, both at the top. Stockdale and Carson City following.
57 seconds left here in the first half, but do not count this Mustang offense out. With that time left, they have popped off some huge plays. Guerra, nowhere to go right now, but he finds the room with his legs. Makes one man miss, and he is knocked out at midfield. But how about going from his own goal line, taking it all the way to midfield without having to throw the ball? That is one heck of an adjustment by Mason Guerra there on a big play, trying to get these Mustangs on the board before the half.
And Brian, you got to think back to the timeouts that Coach Reynolds was using and how beneficial they were for him to save some time for his offense in the first half.
Guerra back to pass, back to that screen. That's worked. Gonzalez looking to use his blocks. He gets through weaving traffic, and he is brought down just north of the 20. This Mustang offense rolling.
Well, that tunnel screen is hard to stop here. They get the ball out here on the perimeter. He's got some blockers out in front of him, and he is a tough runner. He will break a couple of tackles on his own.
22 seconds and counting. Guerra right, floats it up. Gonzalez going up, and he hauls it in. Touchdown, Juan Gonzalez. Got the interception on the other end of the field, and on the next drive, he brings home his 2nd touchdown. Mustangs back on the board, 40-8, pending an extra point.
So bookend plays for Gonzalez at both end zones here to end the or towards the end of the second quarter. And boy, how smart do those timeouts look that Coach Reynolds was calling when when the Lions still had the football to get its offensive time.
And they're going for 2. Keep in mind, they've missed a couple of extra points, so this would get them back on track. And why not? Easy play there for number 13, Andrew Monreal. He brings in the 2-point conversion, and these Mustangs rolling 42-8 with 14 seconds left in the second quarter. You're listening and watching high school football on RC Audio Sports.
You're gonna see me shine, 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 shine. Walking on beams of light, 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 light.
We're back here at SAISD Sports Complex. Just 14 ticks on the clock left here in the first half. But look out, that might be enough time for this Mustang offense if they can get it back. We've already seen one successful onside kick. They've gone with those pooch kicks every time. An electric offense that has really not been stopped whatsoever. YMLA, remember, had an 8-7 lead, but since then, 35 unanswered by these Mustangs. And they have been impressive, long touchdown plays. A squibber this time, YMLA alert to jump on it. Darren Cepeda, the sophomore. And can't imagine YMLA would risk too much here, but with the ball near midfield, could decide to go deep a couple of times, see what works. 8 points, believe it or not, already the most in a game that they've scored all year. The Lions coming into tonight 0-9, looking for that first win.
And the Mustangs looking for that 500 season after to follow a 1-9 season last year. You might recall that they deferred their option at the coin toss, so they're going to be first with the ball when we come back after our halftime performances.
Would be a huge improvement for their program, like you said, to go from 1 win to a 500 record, 5-5. They are just about a half away from accomplishing that. Rocket King burst through the middle. Still going, not touched until he gets to the 26-yard line. The Lions still have one timeout, and they're going to use it with 3 seconds left.
One more shot. Take one more shot.
They could go for a very long field goal, or more likely, try to go for a deep pass.
I think take a shot at the end zone.
Why
That
not?
would be my guess.
I agree with you, Coach. Down 42-8.
Again, you're watching this stream on RC Audio Sports 2 from the SAISD Sports Complex. This is the 18th game that we've streamed from this complex this season, and we are just proud to have done that. This is the 3rd straight year that we have done it as well, and we appreciate SAISD and the athletic department for trusting us with this task. We love shining positive light on these kids, on these coaches, these programs, and these communities. And happy to do it. 18 games, Brian, it was just unbelievably fast. It's just these seasons just go by in a blink.
No, you're absolutely right. You can look at it 2 ways. One, which is the big one you should look at it, super proud to do that. But the other way is sad. It's over.
It's over.
You know, it's the last one. But we've had a lot of fun, and we've got a half left and 3 seconds here. The Lions from the 25, they're going to go for the end zone here. Our Rocket King up the middle trying to fool the defense. There's a flag on the play.
Can't end a half or the game on a defensive penalty. If it's against the offense, of course, the Mustangs can decline that, and that would be the end of the play. So we'll see what the official tells us.
Early indication is it's on the defense, so YMLA might get one more shot.
Everybody's staying on the field, so that would be a clue. Offsides is a call against the Mustangs. out of the gate just a little bit early. And so that'll give the Lions one more shot from the Mustangs 20-yard line. Time is run out. This will be a play with no time left on the clock.
So they ran it right there with Rocket King. Got to imagine they're fearing Juan Gonzalez there. Look at him, the safety already with 2 interceptions. They'll go with Rocket King again, but the Mustangs not fooled whatsoever. They wrap up Rocket King, and that'll do it for the first half. What a half it was for the Mustangs, 42-8, and that is 35 unanswered points by the Mustangs. Takes us into halftime. Hope you're enjoying and having as much fun as we are here on RC Audio Sports between Natalia and YMLA. We'll be right back.
The San Antonio Independent School District has the resources, the staff, and the schools to take your inspiration and make it a reality. No matter where you live, what language you speak, or where you want to go, SAISD will get you there. Register now at saisd.net/enroll or call 210-554-2660.
¿Has estado en un choque? Es ilegal que un abogado se ponga en contacto contigo primero. Si el tubo lo hiciera, podría arruinar su causa. No confíes en abogados que rompen la ley. Martínez y Asociados, elegido como el mejor bufete de abogados de San Antonio durante 3 años, después de haber estado en un choque. Ve con alguien en que puedas confiar. Llama a Martínez y Asociados. Con nosotros es personal.
Llame al 210-337-1111.
You're gonna see me shine, 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 shine. Walking on beams of light, 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 light. Oh, oh, oh.
At San Antonio ISD, parents and students have a choice to pick the best schools, a choice to take programs that explore a student's interests, and a choice to grow while keeping the future in mind. With so many options to best fit a student's needs, why go anywhere else? Choose SAISD.
Apply now at saisd.net/enroll or call 210-554-2660 for more information.
¿Has estado en un choque? Es ilegal que un abogado se ponga en contacto contigo primero. Si el tubo lo hiciera, podría arruinar su causa. No confíes en abogados que rompen la ley. Martínez y Asociados, elegido como el mejor bufete de abogados de San Antonio durante 3 años, después de haber estado en un choque. Ve con alguien en que puedas confiar. Llama a Martínez y Asociados. Con nosotros es personal.
Llame al 210-337-1111.
La familia no es una cosa importante, es todo. At SAISD, family is practicing and making art. It's fulfilling your duty with honor. It's playing to win and changing lives through learning. Familia is getting you ready for college or getting you ready for your career. And at SAISD,
And we are back live at the SAISD Sports Complex. First on the field is the marching band for the Natalia Mustangs. So we are going to enjoy the halftime show here, and we hope that you do so from home. I'm going to turn my mic down and turn the field mic up so that we can listen in on the PA announcer. Tell us what we're watching.
Presenting the Pulse of Natalia, the Natalia Mustang Band. The Mustang Band is under the field direction of drum majors Alora Mendez and Ruby Nahera. Our band members of the week are our seniors. Thank you for all you do for our program. Our rookie of the week goes to Lorenzo Morales. We are proud of you. This week's section of the week goes to our Band-Aids. We really appreciate your help all season long. Tonight, for your listening pleasure, we perform Smooth. Drum majors Laura Mendez and Ruby Naheda, you may begin your performance. Let's hear it for the Natalia Mustang Band. Thank you to our amazing band booster officers and parents for all they do for our band the entire year around. Thank you and go Blue.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome 16-year-old senior Cameron Starks. A dancer whose passion takes center stage tonight. After 2 months of dedication and preparation, Cameron steps out to perform a powerful solo that speaks from the heart. After Cameron starts, Cameron would like to thank his best friend Gloria Sword for helping him prepare for the show. Thank you.
When you're hit by a motor vehicle, there's nobody that tells you that there's most likely going to be a $1 billion insurance company protecting the driver that just hit you. It's a mistake to play in traffic, just like it's a mistake to go against an auto insurance company all alone. When you get into a car crash, don't fight the $1 billion auto insurance companies alone. If you've been injured in a car crash, call Martinez & Associates today at 210-337-1111.
La familia no es una cosa importante, es todo. At SAISD, family is practicing and making art. It's fulfilling your duty with honor. It's playing to win and changing lives through learning. Familia is getting you ready for college or getting you ready for your career. And at SAISD, the founding school district in the Alamo City, familia is not an important thing. It's everything. And it's available to any student, no matter where they live. So come join our familia. Now enrolling. Log on to SAISD.net/enroll for more information, or call 210-554-2660.
At San Antonio ISD, parents and students have a choice to pick the best schools, a choice to take programs that explore a student's interests, and a choice to grow while keeping the future in mind. With so many options to best fit a student's needs, why go anywhere else? Choose SAISD.
Apply now at SAISD.net/enroll or call 210-554-2660 for more information. The San Antonio Independent School District has the resources, the staff, and the schools to take your inspiration and make it a reality. No matter where you live, what language you speak, or where you want to go, SAISD will get you there. Register now at SAISD.net/enroll or call 210-554-2660.
Been in a crash? It's illegal for lawyers to contact you first. If yours did, it could ruin your case. Don't trust law firms that break the law. Choose Martinez & Associates, voted San Antonio's best law firm 3 years in a row. After you've been in a crash, go with the law firm you can trust. Call Martinez & Associates. With us, it's personal.
Call 210-337-1111. That's 210-337-1111.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Texas because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
And we bring you back live to the SAISD Sports Complex. The halftime performances are done, and the teams are still in their dressing room, still have about 7 minutes left in the half. So we will await the start of the second half, bring you up to speed on the other game that we're streaming on RC Audio Sports. It's 28-3 at Memorial Stadium. The Hardendale Indians in control of that at halftime, just like we are here at the SAISD Sports Complex. We have this time, we have an opportunity to say thank you again to those who have joined us on our sponsorship team. If you're out there and you like what we do and you'd like to be part of this team, it's not too late to join us. We still have the basketball season ahead of us, and Bobby and I are in conversations about the possibility of extending the season all the way through spring baseball and softball seasons. And maybe, no promises, but maybe a soccer game or two. So it's not too late to join. It's not too late to join our sponsorship team. If you're out there and you like what we do, and you'd like to be a part of that, give us a direct message. We're easy to find. We're on social media: Facebook, Instagram, X. Easy to find. While I have this opportunity, let me visit with you about Matt Hakes, Southway Ford, David Benavides, Anthony Martinez, integral in the collaboration between RC Audio Sports and Matt Hakes, Southway Ford. We appreciate their work on that. Matt Hakes, Southway Ford, located in the heart of Southside San Antonio on IH-35 between Zarzamora and Highway 16. If you are in the market, as we say, for a new or pre-owned vehicle, don't do it. Don't do it until you talk to Matt Hakes, Southway Ford, and specifically David Benavides and Anthony Martinez. They will make sure that you get the best deal on a new or pre-owned vehicle and the best trade-in value on your own vehicle if that is a route that you want to take. David Benavides, Anthony Martinez on the sponsorship team. Matt Hakes, Southway Ford. Presidio Concrete, second year on our sponsorship team. Hector Gonzalez and Adre Gutierrez are owners of Presidio Concrete, and we've been telling you their story for 2 years. They've been in the business for 5 years, and they have made a mark on the industry and have developed a great reputation in this area for their work. They have done, as we've told you, the concrete work at Veterans Memorial Stadium in Judson ISD, the gorilla enclosure at the San Antonio Zoo. But again, don't be intimidated by those large jobs that they have completed. They're just as capable of completing work on your own property if you're a homeowner and need work done on your property, a slab, a patio, a barbecue slab out there, a driveway, a house foundation, any construction project that has a concrete aspect to it. Presidio Concrete can make that job easier for you. And one more, let me add one more possibility there. If you're a big time contractor and you're bidding on these projects like the gorilla zoo enclosure, the gorilla enclosure at the zoo, or the Veterans Memorial Stadium, and you need a subcontractor, you need some sub bids on the concrete aspect of it, make sure that Presidio Concrete is on your Rolodex, and you keep them informed about submitting a bid for that work, and you will not be disappointed. Presidio Concrete, Hector Gonzalez, Dre Gutierrez, phone number is right there. Yvette Diaz has joined the sponsorship team this year. So, Rose Medicare Legacy. We are in the enrollment period. We're in November. And so mid-October, November, December is the re-enrollment period for Medicare. If you're eligible or will become eligible in 2026, take that phone number down. Yvette Diaz can guide you through what can be a very complicated process. The thing about Medicare is that you might love your policy in 2025. It might have been the greatest thing out there. You might have made the right decision. It was the best thing for you in 2025. But you've got to check every November to see how much that policy is changing, how the deductibles have changed, how the co-payments have changed, how the prescription coverage has changed. It can be kind of complicated. Yvette Diaz does it all day long. Give her a call. Tell her what your medical needs are, what your expectations are of an insurance company, and she'll go to work and come back with you Option A, option B, option C. This is what I got for you. Yvette Theus, thanks for joining the team. And 7 Cents Media. You know them, even if you don't know that you know them. The Castros, always working here with us, collaborating with RC Audio Sports. Much of the camera work that you see on RC Audio Sports and RC Audio Sports 2, done by members of the 7 Cents Media family. When they're not collaborating with us, they've got their own thing. If you want a professionally produced podcast, documentary, music video, if you've got a big event like a wedding or a debut that you would like videographed or photographed or even streamed, 7 Cents Media can help you do that. And Superior Tax. Bobby Mendez, the owner, the founder, the operator of Superior Tax, can help you through that process as well. That can get kind of complicated. And, you know, sure, you can download some software and try to get it done yourself, but it's what a luxury it is to have somebody that you can call, that you're not going to get an answering machine. You're not going to get an AI answer. You're going to get a human being who's been doing this for a long time on your side, helping you through that process. And even if we're in November, a long way from April 15th, call Bobby and he can tell you some of the things that you can be doing this year before the year is up to, you know, get some savings on that tax bill and and maximize your return. Bobby Mendez, don't call him right now. He's streaming a game. He probably won't pick up, but he will pick up on Monday if you'll call him. Let him know you heard about him on RC Audio Sports. And then, of course, there's Martinez and Associates. Let us tell you about Martinez and Associates.
When you're hit by a motor vehicle, there's nobody that tells you that there's most likely going to be a $1 billion insurance company protecting the driver that just hit you. It's a mistake to play in traffic, just like it's a mistake to go against an auto insurance company all alone. When you get into a car crash, don't fight the $1 billion auto insurance companies alone. If you've been injured in a car crash, call Martinez and Associates today at 210-337-1111.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Texas, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
At San Antonio ISD, parents and students have a choice to pick the best schools, a choice to take programs that explore a student's interests, and a choice to grow while keeping the future in mind. With so many options to best fit a student's needs, why go anywhere else? Choose SAISD.
Apply now at saisd.net/enroll or call 210-554-2660 for more information.
Get ready. Grab it, let's go. Go, Victor. Hold it, go.
Welcome back to SAISD Sports Complex. It's a wonderful Friday night, and we appreciate all of you for joining us here on RC Audio Sports. We've got a good second half coming up for you. The Natalia Mustangs currently up 42-8. An impressive first half by Natalia, looking to get to 500 on the year. This is the regular season finale for both teams, so Natalia looking to even things up at 500. YMLA looking for win number 1. We've got 24 minutes left. We'll see what we have on tap. It'll be YMLA kicking off to Natalia, who has been explosive on offense. We'll see if that continues here after the kickoff. It is number 1, Cleto Rodriguez, back to kick. We have only seen him one time after the touchdown early on by YMLA. They were up 8-7. Since then, 35 unanswered points. Natalia, here you go. One juke, now a missed tackle, another missed tackle. And Aguinaga, who had that longest touchdown of the first half, went about 80 yards on the deep pump fake. He brings it to just past the 40, and that is where Natalia will get going on offense, looking to keep that electric performance going. Had a couple of great performances at the half. The Natalia marching band, and then really nice performance. YMLA, a dancer with a great interpretation of Sports Car by Tate McRae. Great job on both ends, and now we are here for the second half. Mason Guerra, he had himself a half. This time just hands it off to his running back, number 13, Andrew Monreal. Most of the points for the Mustangs came in the air. Really big passes by Guerra. He's had a couple of friends, Peralta and Gonzalez, doing most of the scoring. That is how the Mustangs are up 42-8. Mustangs working quickly, even after the loss on first down. 2nd and 12, nearly jumping there are the Lions. But now Guerra slowing things down. Not much of a rush here with a comfortable lead. Running back goes on the opposite side of him now to his left, and Guerra fakes the handoff, finds that one of those men, Peralta. A little bit of a shuffle now, flag on the play as Peralta bursts through. A first down for now, but will it stand? I don't think so. Holding is the early indication.
Jay Sulak is the offensive coordinator for the Natalia Mustangs, and the head coach, of course, Jason Reynolds. And this play will come back due to a holding call out here on the perimeter, but they really they're getting a lot of mileage out of getting the ball to their athletes out in space. They've got some good blockers, some perimeter blockers out here, and have gotten some real good yardage out of that tunnel screen. This time looked like there was a tunnel screen that was set up, and then on that play, Zach Peralta decided to go outside instead of in.
And there is going to be a holding penalty there, but there was also a late marker way away from the play. Some late contact as this game getting a little bit chippy. And you see the unsportsmanlike conduct going to be called on YMLA. So despite the holding call, that'll make it first down, and the chains will move forward for Natalia. So just a mental mistake there by the Lions.
When you see two penalties marked off like that, what has happened is you've got a live ball foul and a dead ball foul. The live ball foul was 10 yards against the Mustangs. The dead ball foul was a 15-yard penalty. But what's really tough about that is you've donated a first down, because whether that 15-yard mark-off got you to the line to gain or not, it's an automatic first down.
Mustangs will take advantage. 45-yard line here, 1st and 10. And a handoff to the right. A new man for the Mustangs, someone we have not seen before, Adrian Dueñez, the senior. And expect to see that throughout. Final regular season game for both these teams. Neither of these squads going to make it into the postseason. So for those seniors, this is the very last time they'll step on a football field. Had a beautiful ceremony earlier as YMLA, the home team here at SAISD Sports Complex. They had all their seniors honored with their family and their loved ones, parading one by one. So, you know, it's a very special night for those seniors, especially. High snap here, Guerra somehow able to corral it, and then Monreal up the middle. He's got a first down. Strong run and good adjustment by Guerra there.
You remember, Brian, earlier in the game, there was one entire possession that was the Monreal possession. The Mustangs just decided to attack between tackles, and Monreal just carried him to the end zone. So maybe we're back on. Maybe we're back to that chapter of the offensive playbook. But Monreal, he's a low center of gravity runner. You know, he's going to get down low. He's hard to bring down. He's got a nice offensive line there in front of him to do some of the work, some of the damage, create a wait for him.
There he goes again. Met at the line of scrimmage, though, this time by a swarm of Lions.
The Mustangs were rolling at the beginning of the season. They 62-0. They opened the season against Skidmore Tynan. won that game and actually were 4-2 before an injury to their starting quarterback, Leo Cortinas, a season-ending injury, and of course Guerra took over, and then he was injured and had to miss a game. So Coach Reynolds tells us they went to quarterback by committee and a bunch of wildcat formation and innovative offenses you could get, and so just had some mishaps in the middle of the
field. Favorite target of the night, Peralta makes a catch in traffic, and gotta say, Coach, for Guerrero, you're just talking about dealing with an injury, stepping up for the initial starter. You got to be very impressed. He's just a junior, so he's going to be able to come back next year, build on this, looks to be 5-5 record. And it's one thing to have open receivers. It's another thing to hit them, and he has hit every single one. Gosh, I cannot remember a bad pass that he's had.
Exactly. Great point. The receivers have gotten back behind the defense, and, man, Guerra is throwing strikes to them.
Joined by a couple of running backs. And he hands it off to Monreal, breaking through. He's finally across. He's done so much work tonight, and he is finally rewarded with a touchdown after the receivers have gotten so much of the credit. Andrew Monreal, a junior himself, he puts another score on the board for the Mustangs. And it looks like they're going to keep the offense out there, go for two. They have been nothing but successful on these two-point conversions. And they've had more trouble on the extra points. They've had two of them either blocked or just missed. So they'll keep it out there for two. And this time it's the other man, Peralta. He's had plenty of fanfare, and he'll continue to do so. Fights through for two. And the Mustangs pick up right where they left off in the first half. Take 4 minutes off the board. They're up 50-8 here in the third quarter. You're watching high school football on RC Audio Sports 2.
¿Has estado en un choque? Es ilegal que un abogado se ponga en contacto contigo primero. Si el tubo lo hiciera, podría arruinar su caso. No confíes en abogados que rompen la ley. Martínez y Asociados, elegido como el mejor bufete de abogados de San Antonio durante 3 años, después de haber estado en un choque. Ve con alguien en quien puedas confiar. Llama a Martínez y Asociados. Con nosotros es personal.
Llame al 210-337-1111.
You're gonna see me shine, 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 shine. Walking on beams of light, 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 light.
We are back here at SAISD Sports Complex. All Natalia so far. 50-8 the lead for the Mustangs over the Lions. And they are ready to kick off after yet another touchdown. This time on the ground, however. That is a change. Monreal able to punch it in. And right now we're getting to enjoy one of the best parts of high school football. I think you described it really well, Coach Villafranca, earlier when you talked about the band and the dancers and the performers. Right now, the Natalia High School cheerleaders coming to the YMLA side on this squib kick. That one's going to sneak out of bounds. So YMLA will have great field position, but how cool, Natalia coming over to the other sideline, and these fans are eating it up. The YMLA faithful really enjoying them, supporting them, and between that and the performances at the half, that's just what you love about high school football, and makes you sad that we're here on the finale of the regular season.
On the finale, but we're on the brink of basketball season too, Brian. So we have that to look forward to, and you know exactly right. The energy at a high school sports event, like if. We love that you're watching our streams, but if you have an opportunity to come out here and sit in these bleachers and support the kids and the programs in person, I know that they would really appreciate that.
I could not agree more. There's just something special. I don't think you can really capture it, just like you can't capture this running effort by Bandon Michael Richards after yet again it looked like he was going to be brought down for a loss. Able to power through, and he's got a first down. Excellent job by the return man, who's also been a running back for the Lions.
The junior as well reminded me of those tearaway jerseys that the Longhorns used to have. I think Darrell Royal or somebody on his staff was responsible for that innovation. That lasted for a couple of years before the NCAA said, no, we can't do that. But if you remember, they would pull the jersey, and the jersey would just come apart like paper. You know, you'd have to make it very hard to make a jersey tackle.
Any advantage you can gain. Another pitch, this time to the left, and that's worked for the Lions. Nice gain on first down by Dazzle Moore. He had the lone touchdown for the Lions, a 6-yard touchdown run earlier in the first quarter. Since then, it has been Natalia with 53 unanswered points. They lead at 50-8. But as we continue that discussion, just don't think you can really capture what Texas high school football is all about unless you live it. And we're lucky to live it every week here in San Antonio. But it's the small towns like Natalia, this district full of them, Poth and Dilley and Cotulla, a town that revolves around Friday night lights. And it is just such a special thing. This run up the middle, not going to gain anything. Back to the line of scrimmage they go. Oops. And some more extracurricular, and this is not what you want to see. Helmets off, and just a lot of frustration being let out. We'll head to break here at the SAISD Sports Complex as the officials figure this scrum out.
At San Antonio ISD, parents and students have a choice to pick the best schools, a choice to take programs that explore a student's interests, and a choice to grow while keeping the future in mind. With so many options to best fit a student's needs, why go anywhere else? Choose SAISD.
Apply now at saisd.net/enroll or call 210-554-2660 for more information. La familia no es una cosa importante, es todo. At SAISD, family is practicing and making art. It's fulfilling your duty with honor. It's playing to win and changing lives through learning. Familia is getting you ready for college or getting you ready for your career. And at SAISD, the founding school district in the Alamo City, familia is not an important thing. It's everything. And it's available to any student, no matter where they live. So come join our familia. Now enrolling. Log on to saisd.net/enroll for more information or call 210-554-2660.
¿Has estado en un choque? Es ilegal que un abogado se ponga en contacto contigo primero. Si el tubo lo hiciera, podría arruinar su causa. No confíes en abogados que rompen la ley. Martínez y Asociados, elegido como el mejor bufete de abogados de San Antonio durante 3 años, después de haber estado en un choque. Ve con alguien en quien puedas confiar. Llama a Martínez y Asociados. Con nosotros es personal.
Llame al 210-337-1111.
It's a bad idea to run a foot race against these guys, just like it's a bad idea to go up against the billion-dollar auto insurance industry all alone.
Hire Martinez and Associates. With us, it's personal.
Get ready. Grab it, let's go. Go, Victor. Hold it. Go.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Texas, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
All right, we are back at the SAISD Sports Complex. The adults in the room taking charge and assessing penalties. They were offsetting penalties, offsetting personal foul penalties and unsportsmanlike conduct in both directions. It won't affect the line of scrimmage as all of that was offsetting. And cooler heads have prevailed, and we are back to enjoy the final quarter and a half of the 2025 football season here. The YMLA Lions still in possession of the football, 3rd and 7.
And off up the middle. And they gain about half of what they need. And oh, it continues even after the initial skirmish. Some contact late, and you can just feel the emotions boiling over on both sides. We're here on the YMLA side, and the referee's trying to get a handle of it. You can understand the frustration. YMLA winless on the year. They're down 50-8, but this is not how you can let out that frustration. Natalia, 4-5. We just got done talking about the beauty of high school football and how special it is. This, unfortunately, though, not a pretty side of it. But it is sport. It is competition.
Sometimes the emotions are, can get the better of you, and these are, they're young kids. One of the I'm not going to make excuses for them, but one of the purposes of extracurricular activities like this and competition is to, learn to keep your head under pressure, and these are all lessons to be learned. Part of the purpose, and the adults in the room, again, very fortunately, adults in the room keeping control of this, and teachable moments, we'll call it.
Absolutely. 4th and 4, YMLA keeping the offense out, and they have got an offside free play. Throw deep down the sideline, intercepted for a moment, then dropped, but that should be a first down for YMLA. Offsides, immediately the call, so you can move those chains.
Got an update from Memorial Stadium. The Harlandale Indians in control over there in the 62nd Frontier Bowl. 34-3 is the score. Still in the third quarter. About 4 minutes left to play in the third quarter over there. The Harlandale Indians look to be on their way to victory in Frontier Bowl 62. Bobby Mendez and his crew streaming that game.
That offside penalty gifting YMLA a first down. They'll resume their possession here at the Natalia 40. Down 50-8. Bit of the third quarter left to work with. In the entire fourth quarter, Lions just trying to gain some more offense. Up the middle they go. That is where they've had the most success. 5-yard gain here on first down. Already the most points in a single game this season for YMLA. 8 points. You look at their month of October, they really struggled. An 81-6 loss to Poth, and then their previous 3 games, they didn't score at all. Against Karn City, Nixon Smiley, and Catula. So just happy to have points on the board. This is a program that is growing. Andrew Campos going from coordinator to coach. Talked to you about that, Coach Villafranca, before the game on his pregame interview, and saying it's been an adjustment for him. It's been an adjustment for his team. You can only imagine that it's going to get better and better for these Lions. Amirez breaking tackles. Look at him rumbling through, dragged down late out of the sideline, but you've got to love the effort there by number 33, Anthony Amirez.
He said he's been a shining light here for the YMLA Lions, who have struggled again to put points on the board, but he has been one of the shining lights here on the Lions team. The SAISD, which includes YMLA, 5 new head coaches in SAISD this year. We've certainly, it's been our pleasure to get to know them and and to visit with them before the games. We appreciate all of them, their hospitality or their generosity of time.
Lions continue to just punch it up the middle. And why not? Look at Rocket King just defeating the Mustangs, trying to bring him down. They absolutely cannot, and that is why he's got that name, Rocket King, just shy of the goal line with his best run of the night.
Boy, that was a willful run, not to be denied there. You talk about yards after contact. How about yards during contact? Got about 17 yards during contact on that play.
1st and goal from the 2. Lions looking to get into double digits for the first time all season. You know, that'd be something they'd be thrilled with. Rocket King in the backfield. Have to imagine this goes to him after that run. There he goes, up the gut, fighting for yardage, but he's just short. Good stand by Natalia to force 2nd down. But if I'm YMLA, I would give it right back to number 11. There were a couple of times in the first half, Coach, that the Lions had 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1, and they went pitch outside, and they lost yards on both of those occasions. I would just go right up the middle.
Right there is King and Anthony Ramirez, who have both had some good offensive plays. They've got some choices.
There you go. Rocket King shoots through the middle, and he's through. Touchdown, Lions. Rocket King with the touchdown, gave it to him on 3 straight plays, and you can see why. The Lions into double digits, and they are an extra point away from getting to 15.
Brian, do you have a headset that's tied to the sideline? You call that play.
What can I say?
Well, when you've got a running back that is running with so much desire, you just have to give him another opportunity, and Rocket King certainly doing that. You know, as the extra point is good, you know, anybody you talk to in this community, it's funny how Yaniv Rocket King's name comes up all the time, and he's just an outstanding member of this team, an outstanding member of that campus, and really an outstanding member of this community. So I'm happy for him as he gets that score, gets into the end zone for the YMLA Lions. He is a senior, and if I am not mistaken, Brian, I think he is a 4-year letterman. He is lettered all 4 of his years there at YMLA, and just an upstanding young man from everything that we hear. So congratulations to him on the score.
Yeah, congratulations to him on an amazing career. And you got to admire this effort by YMLA, too, after that drama at midfield. You know, flags thrown, punches thrown, and helmets were off. For them to gather their composure, resume play, and drive down the field for their 2nd touchdown. Got to be really pleased with that effort if you're head coach Andrew Campos. A lot to build on.
I had a coach tell me once that his goal was that nobody could tell the score by the effort that you were giving. That your play should be no different if you're up by 40 or if you're down by 40. That if people, you know, if people can tell whether you're winning or losing by your play, then you know there's something that needs to be improved on. And you know, I like that. I like that example. I think that's a good thing for. I think that's a good thing for young men, young athletes, young men and women to learn.
I like that a lot as well. Look at this kick barely rolling past the goal line. Really like the effort by Cleto Rodriguez, and he is fired up. He's got a leg on him, getting it all the way back there. You don't see that very often. We've seen Natalia just pooch kick it. Not a lot of strength on the leg, but number 1, Rodriguez for YMLA. Good job there on the kickoff.
Some quirky rules in football kickoffs. You know, if that ball had stayed on this side of the goal line, it was a live ball.
It sure was, and YMLA was aware of that. Very lucky for Natalia to pounce on that.
They had somebody just escorting that ball and really making sure that it went into the end zone. Goes into the end zone, comes out to the 25, stays on the 1-yard line. It's first man who can cover it.
So here are the Mustangs. See if they can respond to a little adversity here, giving up a touchdown. Most points, we've repeated that a couple of times, but worth repeating because of how impressive it is. YMLA now with 15 points, more than they've scored all year in a single game. So it's up to Natalia to respond. They're still up by 35. And the clock ticking down to about 20 here in the third quarter. Pressure shown by the Lions, and the Mustangs respond by going right at it. The blitz just going straight ahead, and that is a first down run for the Mustangs. Should take us to the end of the third quarter. That was number 33, Dazelle Cashin. First time we've called that name. And that will, in fact, do it. Triple zeros. No, a timeout late. Let's see. Oh, a late penalty. That's why the clock stopped on YMLA. Unsportsmanlike conduct, and that'll move the Mustangs ahead even further. And you can see a couple of the YMLA players just slapping their own helmets. Not pleased with the decision there. Interesting that we saw both sidelines when we took a little bit of a break there as the officials decided what to do during that skirmish. Both head coaches and coaching staffs brought their teams together and were having very clear discussions. Just calming it down, disciplining their kids. At the end of the day, these are kids. These are high school student athletes, and they are students before athletes. That is why that one comes first. And so they are learning. This is all about education. That is what SAISD is all about, certainly as they stand right there in the middle of the logo. And that will now do it for the third quarter. So we've got one more quarter to play here at SAISD Sports Complex. It is the Natalia Mustangs, 15, and the YMLA Lions, 15.
Between quarters here at the SAISD Sports Complex, another opportunity to visit with you about Matt Cake's Southway Ford, located in the heart of Southside San Antonio. On IH-35 between Zarzamora and Highway 16, David Benavides, Anthony Martinez. Get them in your corner and help them guide you through a process that can be complicated, but give them a call. Let them know that you're interested in buying a new or pre-owned vehicle. They'll make sure that you get the best deal on that. And furthermore, we'll make sure that you get the best trade-in value on your existing vehicle if you would like to go that route as well. The David Benavides, Anthony Martinez, Matt Cake, Southway Ford on the RC Audio Sports sponsorship team.
So after the break, ready for the fourth quarter here at SAISD Sports Complex. As we take a look, though, how about those San Antonio Spurs? A 121-110 victory over the Houston Rockets. Battle for I-10 goes to San Antonio. Love to see that. And now the Natalia Mustangs and the YMLA Lions looking to wrap up the regular season on a high note. After his first run of the game, going right back to him, number 33, big fella, Dazelle Cashin, a senior. He's got a first down and then some. And you can tell the energy's still high on both sides. And Cashin has the first down, lets people know about it.
As those seconds tick down on your final quarter of your final game for a lot of these kids of their high school careers, I mean, it just the urgency is just gets greater and greater to just enjoy one more play. And the Natalia Mustangs is certainly doing that and putting some icing on putting some icing on this cake. Is looks like they are going to complete this season at 500 after last year's season, which was a 1-9 season. Second season at the helm for Coach Jason Reynolds. We congratulate him on the improvement.
Monreal, patient run now, burst forward, finds some more speed. He's got a first down. Very impressive night for Andrew Monreal, the junior. And I think something you got to consider, we talked about that term student athlete, how much time these student athletes put into what they do. Think about having some math homework and some science homework, having to figure out geography. And, oh, by the way, you got to practice either early in the morning or after school in the beating hot sun. You know that fall here in San Antonio doesn't exactly mean cooler weather, as we can tell. And they put through a lot of work, a lot of effort, energy, and they do it on the field and in the classroom. Just so impressive. And we're lucky to get to be in the front row for their performances. High snap gathered by Guerra, hands it off to Monreal, and he is tumbling forward towards that goal line. A bit short, but his night continues. And actually, that was Cashin, number 33, back in there after taking a snap off. So his power running has provided a nice element.
A senior trying to get the most out of his final quarter here in his shoulder pads and a helmet. Seems quite athletic. I'd be surprised to find out that he was not going to play another sport here as the school year rolls along. But this will be his last football game.
Right on the doorstep of another touchdown. Denzel Cashin gets it, puts his head down, and he's got a touchdown. The senior on senior night scores in the regular season finale, and the Mustangs put some more points on the board. It is 56-15.
A lot of times, Brian, I've seen where the last game of a season can serve as to propel you into the next season. It allows you to start your off season on a much higher note. And that one is blocked. But it allows you to start your offseason in a much higher note. This game, again, not of any playoff consequence, and neither of these teams are going to the playoffs. But to finish a game on a high note like this, and it certainly would indicate hope for the future. And it allows you to, a lot of times, it allows you to have a much more successful off-season program. After the score, let's visit about Presidio Concrete a little bit. Hector Gonzalez, Dre Gutierrez, you know all about them if you've been following our streams the last couple of years. Great work, big or small, private or public, residential or commercial. If you've got work that needs to be done, it involves concrete, don't get started on that without a call to Presidio Concrete. That phone number right there, Hector Gonzalez will pick it up, and he's going to answer all of your questions before he even sees your property or before he gives you an estimate or anything. If you've got questions about concrete work, give Hector a call. This is not an answering machine. This is not an AI answering machine. It's Hector Gonzalez, the owner, one of the owners of this company, that will pick up that phone and visit with you about your work. If you've got construction that requires concrete, call Presidio Concrete. You won't be disappointed.
Thank you, Coach. After the touchdown, a blocked extra point. That is something the Mustangs have struggled with today. 3 extra points, either blocked or missed. But I think they're going to be just fine with the 56-15 advantage. YMLA, though, has been good on offense. They'll get the ball back if they can corral this pooch kick incoming. We've seen that all night. Number 14, Juan Gonzalez, who has 2 interceptions and 2 touchdowns. I'm going to keep an eye on for our potential player of the game. He kicks it right ahead, and how about the job there? Lions pouncing on it. Not an easy play at all by number 61, Jonah Navarro, the sophomore, young guy getting some playing time here.
That was a World Series worthy. Infield World Series worthy catch of a line drive, wouldn't you say?
I agree.
Mission San Antonio Missions, Brian Janselson, the manager of public relations and broadcasting. Did I get that right, Brian?
That is correct.
And congratulations on your new role. I know that you've been working with the missions for a couple of years, and I'm just so pleased that they recognize your value to a program and have given you that responsibility. We're so pleased for that.
Oh, I appreciate it. That is very kind. I love getting to work for the missions. We play over there off of Highway 90 on the west side. And not too far from here, very short drive after work today here to meet you at SAISD Sports Complex. And there's a lot of fun stuff going on. I am honored to get to travel with the team, broadcast on the road, and we're opening a ballpark even closer to here downtown, right next to the SAISD headquarters, actually. We're going to be neighbors, and we're so excited about that. We're going to be in the heart of the city, very reachable for all sides of the city. That is the goal, bring everything, all the energy downtown, and so we can't wait. And so I love getting to do that, and I love getting to join RC Audio Sports now, year 3 of getting on here in some capacity, and I look forward to an exciting basketball season. Hopefully I can join y'all for some broadcast, and as long as you'll keep having me, I'll keep joining.
Yeah, we hope that you're able to join us as well, that your calendar allows that. And Brian, I've got to ask, a new stadium in the heart of San Antonio, is there anything that public relations might have to do in that?
Just a bit, you know. It's so much fun. public relations is busy in the best way. Get to be front and center, and what that means is community relations too, is being involved in the community. Had 2 big team service days this past year where the Missions slashed the Padres since we're their affiliate. Here's a nice run to the right by Amirez, but it will bring up 4th down. But the Padres and the Missions both like to participate in service days, so we got to volunteer. Imagine over 30 players and coaches, professional players and coaches, go to the food bank and pack produce and give back to the community, especially right after the devastating Hill Country floods. We got to have a huge fundraiser for that as well. Worked with Operation Gratitude, making care packages for recent graduates at Lackland. And so whether you're on the west side or the east side, north or south, the Missions are trying to get out there in the community. And I am so lucky to get to be in charge of that on the mission side. And it's a lot of fun, really, really a lot of fun work that I get to do.
How far along, if you can share this, I mean, if it's for public consumption, how far along is the construction? Are there plans in place? Do we know what it kind of will look like, or is it just a footprint? How far along is that process?
Right now, what we know is we announced our architecture firm, Populous, so the same firm that built the Sphere in Las Vegas and have built stadiums all over the country, including many minor and Major League Baseball stadiums. They are in charge of building our stadium, so we know it's going to be state-of-the-art. We cannot wait to see what it looks like. We know where it's going to be, nestled in between the SAISD headquarters and the Frostbank Tower. That piece of land right there, that's going to be a stadium, but it's going to be more than a stadium. It's going to be a true entertainment and residential district, reviving a side of downtown that has not seen a lot of movement in the past few years or decades even. So there's going to be a lot of life there. We don't know the designs yet. We don't know the exact timeline, but we do know that the goal is to open April of 2028. That is the goal that is in mind for the firm, and everybody at the Missions are working towards that.
A 2028 opening, is that what I heard you say?
That is correct.
Awesome.
So that would leave us at 2 more seasons at Nelson Wolff Stadium, and hope to break ground very soon to have that stadium ready to go for the entire city and area to enjoy.
How great is that? You know, the missus and I, when we have time to get places, we would we prefer the streets of this city over the interstate, and a lot of times we find ourselves trekking on South Flores to 5 Points, and then Fredericksburg out to the northwest or whatever. But it's a lot of fun to envision the area that sits there now, that we know that in just a couple of years will be like you say, a state-of-the-art baseball facility right here for San Antonio minor league teams.
Mustangs back on offense. Xander Crouch with the carry, able to get the first down, so the chains will move. But I could not agree with you more, Coach, to think that the Missions are going to be downtown on that kind of northwest quadrant of downtown. You've already got an extremely vibrant heart of the city, the Riverwalk and the Alamo and all the action that goes around there. And of course, we just had the votes passed for the Spurs coming downtown. So we know that they're going to be on kind of that southeast quadrant. So what we like to say is we're going to bookend downtown and just build an incredible radius of action, of life. UTSA is doing so much downtown. They've got a ton of students and new buildings just injecting energy into the city's core, and we are super excited to be a part of that.
Well, it certainly is exciting to be a San Antonian in these times. Speaking of San Antonians, Yvette Tejas is a San Antonian, and she represents Sol Rose Medicare and Legacy. If you are Medicare eligible or will become Medicare eligible in 2026, give her a call. And as you've heard me say many times on our streams, even if you love your policy, I mean, if your policy is perfect in 2025, it's not necessarily going to be perfect in 2026. That's why there's an enrollment and re-enrollment period every year. Check it. Have somebody check it. Evaluate what's changed, what hasn't changed. Are your medical needs still covered? And Yvette Tejas can help you answer all of those questions.
1:45 left to go here in this game, and the Natalia Mustangs look to be in victory formation. It looks like that's what they're going to decide to do, just take a knee, and they do that a couple of more times to wrap up what will go down as a very successful season for the Mustangs under the direction of head coach Jason Reynolds. Heard from him earlier in your pregame interview, and he is very pleased with a 500 record after going 1-9 a year ago. To go 5-5, a 4-win improvement, really, really impressive. And their offensive performance has just been one for the books. 3 touchdowns for number 10, Zach Peralta, 2 interceptions and 2 touchdowns for Juan Gonzalez. It's quite the battle for player of the game. But I think with the final regular season game, why not give it to both of them?
Offensive and
honestly.
a defensive.
Yeah.
We've taken to doing that. So again, as the time clicks off, number 10 Zach Peralta will be our offensive player of the game. Number 14 will be our defensive player of the game. So congratulations to them.
Really a magnificent effort. I like your idea highlighting both the offense and the defense because they have both been worth highlighting. Explosive plays, chunk plays. Remember earlier in the game, it was close. YMLA was up 8-7. This was not a guarantee at all, and it was those good key moments on 3rd and long. Mason Guerra at the quarterback position going to his 2 receivers and the 2 big defensive plays by Gonzalez. So that will do it for the 2025 regular season. The Natalia Mustangs winners here on a Friday night, 56-15 as the clock hits 000.
Brian Janselson, thank you so much for joining us. This is Robert Villafranca alongside Brian and Cesar Mendez at the tech table. Isaiah Castro, Sam Castro at the cameras tonight. Thank you for joining us. Game 18 of our season. What a pleasure it has been. We're very thankful to you for watching our streams. Very thankful to San Antonio ISD and the athletic department for trusting us with this task. Again, Robert Villafranca on behalf of RC Audio Sports, a good night, and we will see you down the road.
¿Has estado en un choque? Es ilegal que un abogado se ponga en contacto contigo primero. Si el tubo lo hiciera, podría arruinar su caso. No confíes en abogados que rompen la ley. Martínez y Asociados, elegido como el mejor bufete de abogados de San Antonio durante 3 años, después de haber estado en un choque. Ve con alguien en quien puedas confiar. Llama a Martínez y Asociados. Con nosotros es personal.
Llame al 210-337